Playa, mujeres fumando. Mira, tírame blani, esos nalgas de mentira. Tan brinda, que chimba, colombiana linda. Siempre con los ojos rojos de Cali, con mi amiguita Mari.
My head's in the clouds, can you bring me back down, boy? I need it. My head's in the clouds, can you bring me back down, boy? I need it. Need it. Need it. Need
There we go.
All right. Shout out to all you guys and ladies that are here on Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders this Sunday evening. Shout out to all you guys.
Domingo de Ramos today.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Explain
sir.
that to guys.
Domingo de Ramos is the welcome of the Easter week.
All right.
Yeah, so it's very welcome the Easter week. And yeah, we start officially this week with all respect, because I know guys that they want to do wild stuff this week, because you need a girlfriend or friend. Oh, babe, I'm out of college or job or something.
I'm
respect
off work.
that.
Yeah, she's off work.
No, respect
She's
that.
out of school.
Seriously.
So these guys want to come down and party
No,
here in Cali.
No, seriously. Like Cali, for example, here it's gonna be weird if you see some club open this week. No, this week is for respect.
Same thing in the other cities, guys. You might find something in Medellin. You might find something open in Cartagena. But most people, when it comes close to the weekend, they're going to be going to the fincas.
Yeah, people go to the finca and everything, and that is sort of thing that they said. I know when you say respect, is respect the week. Because this week is not for vacation. This week is not for trips. This week is not, at least that you're going to
visit
a
family.
church,
church with family.
Exactly, but not for fun.
Yeah, this is that Easter weekend. So
Easter week.
So when you guys see that it's kind of quiet as far as the party scenes and hanging out in Colombia, just don't be surprised that you're not having as many options as you normally do.
Absolutely. Let me start with shout outs. Thank you so much for the people that are coming to the live stream. 38 people.
Shout out to you guys here.
Evening to everyone. Hit the like button.
We like you. Make sure you like us too.
Nice Q. Thank you so much.
Shout out to my man Rob in the building. I'll see you tomorrow night, Rob.
Black Empowerment.
Hey Rob,
so much.
Hold on for a second, babe, if you don't mind. We're going to be on No Excuse tomorrow. Me and Rob and a bunch of other brothers are going to be on there talking about a great topic when it comes to relationships. And so Rob, do us a favor if you don't mind. No excuse. Drop the link to your channel and drop the link, if you have it, the link to the live stream tomorrow, so guys will actually be able to tune in tomorrow while we're on No Excuse Entertainment. Shout out to you guys.
Absolutely. Black Empowerment, thank you so much. David, thank you a lot.
Shout out to my man Dave.
Say here, Andre, you know that they did an interview with your friend with the teddy bear. He back with that toxic chick.
My friend with the teddy bear.
Ay boy, what's his name? D? Yeah, your friend, the guy that with the teddy bear, the big.
The interview D.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna check that out. No wonder he called me the other day. No wonder he called me yesterday, but I didn't have time to answer. Okay, cool. And I actually sent him the link to this particular video.
Yeah. Thank you so much. They can conquer or compete. They can take over or control the narrative. The Colombian women look better, and they can't get the same treatment Black men get is Colombia in. I say this word.
In patriarchal.
Okay.
Patriarchal means women control country.
Anderson, thank you so much for being here. Another great live. He's here. Look, Roman, Chan, and my brother Andre and Andrea. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Preston.
Thank you so much.
Rico's in the building. Shout out to you.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Them 313 boys in the building.
Amen. Thank you so much, you guys. Wallace, thank you a lot for being here.
Hey, wait a minute. Back up. Wallace Johnson. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you being here.
Miss Clive, thank you so much.
So we're going to be doing a video reaction to, got 39 people in the building. Click that like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. We're going to be watching a video and doing a reaction to sisters telling their stories here in Colombia. We're going to hear what sisters are saying by way of their experience. And then we're going to hear what sisters have to say on the positive side, because there's some positive sisters, and you're going to notice something that's difference between the two. So shout out to you guys. And let's give a shout out to my man Fawdy in the building. Shout out to you being here as well, brother. He said, I don't think they hate Colombian per se. He said they hate what Colombia represents. 'Tis true, my friends. He says, let me keep it 100. Again, I just heard it from Andrea. He say, the land. Yes, sir. The land. Shout out to you. And shout out to my man Black Nubian in the building. Them Canadian boys at it again.
He said, oh, Canada.
Shout out to all you Texas boys and all you boys in Phoenix and Arizona area. Shout out to all you Chi-Town, Chicago, Midwest dudes, Indiana, Iowa, Oregon, that whole Midwest area.
And you say Shot City? Shot City? Shot City?
Them Florida boys, especially Tampa.
We in Tampa, 813, Trigger City. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. You dirty South dudes all over from Louisiana, Kentucky, the Carolinas. Shout out to you dudes. And we can't forget about you West Coast dudes from the state of Washington all the way down to Oregon, all the way down to San Diego, California. Yes, sir. Shout out to all you guys. And I still got to drop the link for you East Side dudes. Shout out to all you brothers that are here supporting the channel by PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat. Appreciate all of you guys being here this fine evening. We got 45 people in the building. Click that like button if you don't mind, because we like you. Make sure you like us too. Shout out to you.
Absolutely.
I think that's my cousin Mike up in here. Shout out to my man Mike Wallace being up in here. Mr. Johnson himself. Shout out to you. I don't know if I'm gonna send Jeffrey the link too, because I get a chance to send Jeffrey the link as well. He said, us Cleveland boys, shout out to them Cleveland boys. You know how we do Ohio players. He said, you still need that Bone Thugs drop. Cool. I need to drop one for Cleveland in that Midwest area, as well as the East Coast. So thanks for reminding me, guys. Shout out to my man TJ Patterson of the Patterson family. What's happening, Coach Dre and Andrea? What's up to you? And Necro is in the building. Shout out to you, man, being in the building. Them Texas boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get ready to get started with the video. Like we said, the sister's going to be telling these stories on their experience here in Colombia. But I noticed a pattern. And I want to tell you the pattern once we get towards the end of the video. There's a type of sisters that I noticed that complain about Colombia. And there's a type of sisters that don't complain. Let's get ready to get started. Let me move us over here and let me bring that video up. Here we go. Bring that video up and let's get started. Wait a minute. Let me remove this down. Let's try this one again.
Mm-hmm.
Black American ladies hate Colombia.
Black women hate Colombia, bro. Black American women hate Colombia. I'm like, them Afro-Latinos got y'all oppressed, huh? Because, like, all of the African-American men be having rave reviews of Colombia. Like, I mean, even people I know personally, rave reviews of Colombia. Cali, Cartagena, Medellin, like, they be having rave reviews of Colombia. But black women always got a crazy ass story. I almost got kidnapped in Colombia. One girl almost got kidnapped in Colombia. What the hell was y'all doing? I mean, I'm glad y'all able to tell the story, because I did hear about, like, they got the borrachero plant and they could just, you know, the dust to just have you saying yes to everything, you know what I'm saying? So, it's dangerous. It's muy peligrosa in Colombia. Pero, like, black American men love it. They be having some crazy story. I ain't even gonna go into. My homeboy was like, they did it for $80. They did it all for $80. I'm like, whoa, you know, you went down there for that. But me personally, I'm not interested in any
pay for play
sex tourism. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, like, it's just crazy because I read between the lines and I look, and black men be down there with a smile, like, yo, having a blast in Colombia, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Black women always got some crazy story. I hate Colombia. I'm never going back. You know, similar to, like, Mexico. Mexico got similar stories going on, too. So it's kind of, yeah. But I don't know, man. It seems like Colombia especially. I think them Afro-Latinas already leave a bad taste in black American women's.
Before we go into the story of the sister and her experience in Cali, the brother was saying something about that men have had really don't have, you know, men that most of us don't have too much of a problem while we're here in Colombia. We have a great time. We enjoy each other. Let's talk about some of the reasons why men find themselves enjoying Colombia to where women, shout out to my man Ronan Travels in the building, and my man DJ Davis of the Davis family in the year of our Lord 2025 AD. And so men have a tendency of doing what? First thing that we do is men look for information before we leave the United States. Men talk to other men that are doing recon. We do our homework. That's one thing I notice about men. We're going to do our homework. Now, whether we use it or not, whether we, you know, there's always going to be a Pookie around, a Ray Ray, a Nook Nook, Keef them. But for the most part, right? For the most part, most of us men, we reach out to somebody. When I first came down here on my first trip to Medellin, I reached out to Ace Live, even though he only had 200 subscribers, and he was able to show me around. You guys have reached out to us.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed that men do that women don't do, we do our homework before we get on the plane. We ask questions before we get on the plane. Yeah. Second thing I noticed that men do, and maybe you can agree with this or tell me if I'm telling the truth. Men network with each other. When we get off the plane, we talk to each other.
Yeah.
We talk
There's
to
something that the guys do.
Right. If I'm meeting you at the airport, or I'm meeting you at the mall, or we going out to dinner, or we going out to clubbing together, men network with each other, to where women, they come down here on an excursion. They either come down on a girls trip and they know they don't like being around each other like that. Or they'll come down solo, but they don't have a network. That's the one thing I notice about women. Women don't like each other in the States. Sisters, now stop me if I'm lying. Y'all don't like hanging around each other in the States. So when you come to another country, y'all don't have a network of sisters to say, girl, I'm gonna take you here. I'm gonna show you this. I'll show you that. Y'all don't have that. And since you don't have that those group of people to show you around, and we ain't trying to have y'all up under us. I'm gonna say that number 3. The number 3 reason why women don't like Colombia is we don't want to be around y'all. We did not fly from one continent over the Caribbean, looking down out the window, looking at Cuba, landing in Medellin, just so we can be around a bunch of American women. I'm sorry, ladies. We love you. We'll see you back in the States. But when we come to Peru, when we go to Brazil, when we go to Thailand, when we are in Tanzania, when we are in South Africa, when we are in the Philippines, wherever we are not trying to be bothered with you, big girl. I'm sorry. And the last thing is Andrea. The Colombianas. These women are upset because once they land, it's one thing to see Colombian women on TV. You know, whether it be Sofia Vergara or whether it be any other Colombiana, Shakira. It's one thing to see Colombianas winning Miss Universe, right?
Another thing is see with your own eyes.
Right. It's another thing to get off the plane and you got to look at women that look like Andrea and some of you guys' girlfriends, and then look at all the beautiful Afro-Colombian women.
Exactly.
They looking at them like,
that they go to the grocery store, you don't see those damn bonnets around.
Ain't no bonnets down here.
Oh, wearing pajamas. What the hell?
No pajamas.
That's horrible. And I go to this perfect example. Today I was my parents got lunch here, so here we don't make any fruit juices or nothing like that. So I just let's have a soda. And we don't drink soda, but they drink soda. So I have, even my hair was wet because I was in the shower.
Right.
So I was like, okay, and I told you, say, okay, babe, I'm gonna get the soda. And I was wearing just typical shirt. I say, no,
Something
I can't.
simple.
Yeah, I can't go. Even it's just right on the corner. I can't go. It's something on myself that I can't go to the store with the wet hair, with using clothes that you use in your house. I can do it. Let me dry my hair a little bit and just use a dress and let's go. But not wearing clothes or not looking like the same way that you are in your house. No.
Right. That's one thing I can say about Andrea, and I'm even in that habit now. Even if we got a store, like Andrew said, we got a corner store that's Colombia's version of 7-Eleven. Was it how you pronounce it? OXXO?
El Oxxo, we got Super Inter. We got a lot of stores here right on the corner.
So it's like a 7-Eleven. Andrea could have easily just ran around the corner, picked up a soda for her parents, and came on back over here, right? Because they were having lunch here. But most Colombian women ain't gonna let that happen. They're gonna be dressed to the T. They're gonna at least have a certain amount of makeup on. They're gonna be caked up. They're gonna have a little makeup on. They're gonna have their shoes looking right. They're gonna have their jeans on tight. They're not gonna be tacky. There is no going to the store with a bonnet on, face looking crusty.
No, people looking like you weird.
Right.
What the? But I told you, I hear one of the guys say, they have bonnets on the plane from Dallas to Fort Lauderdale. And I knew it. There wasn't gonna be any bonnets coming down to Barranquilla. Well, they start Black Colombia. They start using those bonnets like the same sisters. Like go to the pick up the kids from school or from kindergarten, go to the bakery, go to store, go to centro, uses those bonnets. So they start having like copy the same thing from the Americans
Yeah,
girls.
a lot of the Afro-Colombian
Colombians
women
here. Yeah.
in the hood. Not every Afro-Colombian woman.
Not all areas in Cali. Yeah, let's put it like this. Not all areas. Like me, for example, I don't know you, but me, I never seen here
I
Afro-Colombian
haven't
girl
seen it either.
with any bonnet in Éxito. I never seen
No.
any bonnet in Chipichape. I never seen, no. It's in every comment
I've seen it
section
in
for guys.
Cartagena.
In Cartagena, yes, but Cartagena is a lot of black girls, a lot of black girls, a lot of American girls. But I read the comments, and based the comments that I read from Cali, they say in hood, Cali hood, they love using those bonnets. They love using those bonnets. You can tell them nothing because they think they are.
Yeah, and the funny part is they're trying to imitate Black American women. So now you've got those Afro-Colombian women that y'all like from the hood. I keep trying to tell y'all, there's some cool sisters that ain't in the hoods. But if you want to deal with a hood chick in any of these cities, be ready for the bonnets.
Be ready for the bonnets.
Be ready for the bonnets. And she gonna go outside with you with a bonnet on her head.
Let's go to the grocery shopping bay using the damn bonnet.
Thank you, Black Nubian. We're the same way. I don't do the hood. That's why I never see that stuff. I do. We don't we don't hang out in the hood. None of Andre, I've never seen it. And like we always say, all Andre's friends are black. That's all she's ever hung out with. I've never seen none of Andre's friends that weren't dressed nice, that weren't presentable.
They are super strict with themselves.
Right.
If they use bonnets, it's in their house. Even I've never seen them using bonnets. But it's something for your privacy. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. You said the gangster bitch image being portrayed all around the world.
We saw in London too, in a hotel. You remember?
Ah, yeah.
It was a black girl with a bonnet getting breakfast.
Yep. From the States.
Bonnet crew.
Doing the bonnets from the States. I'm telling you. And then the other thing about the women from the States, you got to admit, when you live in a country where 70% of women, no matter what race, are considered overweight and obese, and then you come down here to Colombia, where you got Venezuelan women, you got Colombian women, you got Venezuelan women here, and Brazilian women here, as well as Ecuadorian and Peruvian women. And these women like to eat healthier than women in the States. They like to exercise. This is a country where people walk. So now you're seeing beautiful South American women with beautiful legs. But then you got the big getting off the plane, talk about, we having a girlfriend trip, girl. Then they look and see the competition. Now they're angry and they're upset and they're disappointed.
Exactly. I hear the guys comment that. But I'm not dyeing a bonnet in America. I'm not doing a bonnet in Colombia.
Right. That's a good point. I'm not doing, Preston said, I'm not doing it in America. I'm not doing it outside. Shout out to my man GJ in the building. What did he say? Read that for us, babe.
You have to understand, when the richest black people in the world do something, people look and follow.
Yeah. The assumed richest black, with the richest black people in the world, people do follow. Absolutely correct. And they will follow that bonnet behavior. And I'm going to say something. And we're going to go on to the rest of the video. You guys couldn't control the narrative. Well, let's put it like this. You could have, but you didn't. 15 years ago, before the bonnet movement, you guys could have nipped that in the bud. Soon as y'all saw a woman in a bonnet or walking out and not being in the shower with one, us men in the United States could have nipped that in the bud. But we co-sign so much stuff that we allow women in America to get away with. We let them get away with the bonnet. It was cool for them to wrap their hair in the bonnet at night, or the hair wrap. Okay, cool. But then they start wearing it to the grocery store. Then they start wearing it to the airport. Then they start, it's your fault. Oh, I'm not putting that on the women. I'm putting it where it deserves to go. It's our fault as men for co-signing the bonnet behavior. Y'all still slept with the women with the bonnets. Y'all was up in the grocery store getting groceries on Sunday afternoon with your chick in a bonnet. Y'all co-signed that. This is the time you get a chance to control the narrative. if you dudes are coming to Colombia and you are messing with women in Colombia that wear bonnets, shame on you. You couldn't control it. Now it's over with in the United States. It's done. United States women ain't gonna go back to not wearing bonnets. But if you sitting up here and you sit up here with some Colombiana because she pretty and she got dimples and you letting her wear bonnets around you, that's because of you. So when they act hood like American women and they take on the behavior patterns of a lot of American women, I don't blame them. I blame you bonnet backup dudes. You bonnet backup singers. I love a bonnet. I love a woman with a bonnet.
I mean, and now with chanclas and socks in the airport. And let me tell you this, I don't know, but Latina women, when we travel overseas, I see a lot of videos that they, before 1 hour before the airplane lands, they put makeup, they just start brushing their hair, they just start, trying to be more clean and everything, because they say, and I think the same way, you can't pretend that the airport is your house because you going to another country. If a person if the immigration officer see you all dirty, all like you look like a homeless or something, yeah, you're going to the room.
What do I always say about, and that's a good point, Andrea. What do I always say about when you're in Miami airport? You're in Miami airport, you about to fly off somewhere, like to Brazil or wherever. Any of you guys that have been to Miami airport can attest to what I'm about to say. When you first get there, you are in Americanized Miami. Bonnets everywhere.
Bonnets land.
Bonnets land, right? Bonnets land, right? The bonnets land.
Bonnets land.
Right? Chunglas, meaning sandals with socks everywhere. Pajamas, and you ain't smell no perfume nowhere. You ain't smell perfume since 3 days ago when you was with your coworkers at work. You ain't smell no perfume in that airport. Guys, tell me I'm lying. When you start to walking on your flight towards your international trip, it gets quieter, doesn't it? The Miami airport is loud because all those loud American men, a lot of American women, and then you start getting closer to your international trip. Is it just me? All of a sudden you start smelling perfume because all these Latin women wearing perfume. You start seeing women that are dressed right. You see women with their hair to the T. You ain't seeing no bonnets. It gets quieter because Latin women don't talk that loud unless it's sports or they're mad. Right? And so it gets quieter, and all of a sudden you start to see all these gorgeous women that are about to fly in the same airport, same airport that are about to fly home to South America. That's the craziest thing. I never got used to that. I'd be in Miami airport on one side. Hold on.
I know. I just made the mistake again.
Don't
Cancel, babe.
Don't hit this on this side.
Okay, I know.
There you go.
There we go.
I got you, little mama.
Okay, there we
Shout out
go.
to my man Marcus A. Brown, AB in the building.
Oh my God, you guys are funny. Thank you, Marcus. Bonnets and big bags our style.
Facts. Facts.
Wow.
Yes.
Humble Mind yesterday say the men that complain about women wearing bonnets are gay.
No. Men that condone women wearing bonnets are programmed. That's not a global phenomena. That's not a modern day phenomena.
It's like guys,
that's only a modern day phenomenon.
It's like you guys go to Walmart with no shirt on it, just with your pants and chanclas. You can tell me because I'm the man, blah blah, and we got the free expression. No.
So Andre is saying, for example, we walk into the grocery, I'm going to the store, I ain't got no shirt on, my pants sagging, I don't have no belt on, I got on sandals and socks like I'm in Atlanta somewhere, but I'm supposed to be representation of her, like she's a representation of me. You see how that works? It looks crazy for us to do it. How much more remember yesterday we were watching the movie Which Way Is Up, guys, and then we watched Uptown South. No, we watched Car Wash yesterday. For you guys that were here with us yesterday, we watched Car Wash on this channel, and we watched Let's Do It Again, right? We paused the movie for a second, and we took a second out to talk about how Black women in our era, it was rare to be overweight as a Black woman in the United States. We saw people walking in the background with no fat women in the United States that were Black. Both movies. So, Which Way Is Up? I mean, yeah, it wasn't Which Way Is Up. It was Let's Do It Again and Car Wash. No fat women. Now, we know back in the day, it was a few fat chicks here and there, but that was not the norm. Fatness in the United States among Black people is a modern day thing. So when Black women try to, I hate it when Black men do this. When Black men try to justify, talk about that's the white standard of beauty, that was the standard of beauty for Black people up until the last 10, 15 years. Wasn't no fat Black dudes, fat Black women in our community all these hundreds of years. We've been in the United States for 500 years. This is the first era of fat Black people ever in the United States. Do y'all realize that? So when y'all sit back and try to sit back and say, well, that's the white man's narrative of beauty. No, that's been our narrative of beauty for thousands of years. Just because you fat and you don't want to take your butt to somebody's gym and you love fat, sloppy women in the United States, don't think that's the norm around the world. And that's what gets a lot of sisters upset. They think that being fat it's always been like that. And a lot of you dudes keep co-signing it because you want to sleep with them. You love sleeping with fat girls. You love fat chicks. If she ain't fat, she ain't you.
No, fat doesn't mean cute. Fat is bad habits or
Bad-
something
it's a
that you
bad
need to
habit.
work on.
Yep,
Like
something-
for
yep.
real. I'm not romanticize obesity. Never, never, ever. Marcus say Bonneville.
I'm just for real, Bonneville.
The Bonneville.
I like that one, Bonneville.
Jordan Anthony, thank you so
Shout out to
much. Shout
Jordan.
out to the Latina women overseas, unlike the ones in the US.
For real. Salute. Salute.
Thank you. Okay, back to the topic. On the way down here last week, those chicks were sleeping on the floor at the gate. Yeah, I saw that too when I went to Cartagena. They were on the floor too. It's super loud.
Super loud.
Super loud. Bunny stands. Oh, you guys are so funny with you.
Because men never liked those bonnets. Let's be real, guys. The only reason y'all tolerated those bonnets is because you didn't want to make her upset because you want to still get sex. Say that again. The only reason y'all tolerated bonnets in the United States because y'all didn't want her to be upset and you still wanted to have sex.
Yeah, but babe, I mean, it's like I said, it's accessory that's gonna help you for, especially for Afro girls. And now that they put in a lot of hard work on weaves and extension, you know, that's not cheap at all. At least in Colombia, the good quality material.
Mhm.
And in the Afro, you know why? Because my friends, even Joseph, that he got an Afro, he said, Andrea, it's so expensive to keep my Afro in good condition.
Mhm.
And he used a bonnet, obviously, but just for in privacy. He never outside.
Joseph, the gay friend, by the way.
My gay friend.
Yeah,
So he said it's
cool
a
dude,
lot
though.
of money that you put here to make your Afro looks great, your curves and everything. So we need to take care of that. Absolutely, I'm agree with that. But why you use something to go to outside? It's like wearing a pajama and go to Éxito, go to like you guys have in Walmart, go to Chipichape with a pajama with chanclas. Like no. Like one day, my dad, I don't know, he went to the first floor. My parents live in a fifth floor. He went to the first floor, something without a shirt on it. My mom was about to freak out. My mom said, "Don't ever do that. How can you be almost naked to the first floor? Like, no,
dudes, I'm gonna tell y'all
no,
something.
I'm
so alert
play
of
with
how
that.
Colombians think. Dude, I could go downstairs just to go pick up the mail, just to pick up an Amazon packet. Dude, I'm putting on shoes with laces. Every once in a while, I just walk downstairs with some chunglers on, some sandals, in other words. Every once in a while. But I kid you not, I feel self-conscious for walking downstairs with leaving this apartment with sandals on. They don't do that down here. You guys have to realize that there are certain standards that women expect of men and men expect of women. And wearing, all you Atlanta boys, come to the front. New Orleans, I need to talk to you for a second. Hear me out, fellas. I got your back. You Florida boys, y'all stand back there, listen to. One of the most unattractive things that you can do as a man, I don't care how much money you got in your pocket when you land, wearing socks and sandals in South America, and it ain't no beach around. You in Medellin, walk around with some damn Jordan socks on, with some Jordan sandals on, and you think you killing the game. This is South America. I don't care if you're in Rio. I don't care if you're in Lima, Peru. You look like a damn fool to these women down here. You might not care what the men think. And I know you coming down here, some of you dudes come down for pay for play and buy women. I got you. I'm talking about regular everyday dudes that's looking for some good women in South America. Do not bring your happy tail down here with them dang socks and sandals on anymore, walking out in public. I see you guys and I walk right past you, or I walk on the other side. As soon as I see you, I see that's an American from the South. If the women don't want to be around you, you dang sure ain't gonna be walking with me. I got on a nice pair of boots. I got on some clean shoes. I'm smelling good. I'm looking decent. I'm shaved my head. My murder one looking good. And I'm walking with you with socks and sandals. If a Colombian woman ain't gonna walk next to you, what makes you think I am? But the white boys, they walk around with the white boys got steaky feet.
You're not white.
Thank you. You ain't white.
Are you?
And everybody look at the white boys crazy anyway.
I know here they you already know they go to intercontinental with short and sandals.
That's it. So you expect white boys to be tacky.
Yeah.
But not us brothers.
No.
I'll say it again. In South America, you expect the white brothers to be tacky. Ripped up t-shirt, maybe a tank top. They could be in Bogota. It could be cold. They will have on shorts and some sandals. White boys could be tacky. They can't dress in the States. I'll say that again. It ain't too many white dudes in the States that know how to dress. So we expect white boys to be tacky, but we do not expect each other to be tacky. So if you're going to come to South America and there's no beach around, you ain't got no business. And I've been saying this for years. Y'all keep wondering why y'all got to keep paying for women, because the regular women, they going to be walking next to you with those socks and those sandals on. And you could take that one to the bank.
Yeah. Okay. If your feet Jack, get a pedicure.
Seriously, get that pedicure. Get your feet taken care of, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of us, men, got messed up.
Don't matter.
Feet.
Don't matter.
That's one of the big problem.
Don't matter. Don't put on some socks and some tennis shoes. Put on some socks and some boots. Put on some socks or whatever you comfortable with. Some monk straps. I don't care what you wear, but them socks and sandals is not a South American thing. I don't know why y'all think y'all gonna come down here and think that what made you sexy in New Orleans gonna make you sexy in South America. Am I lying? South American women cannot stand socks and sandals. No. I don't know. The only time that if you ever wonder if you getting hustled in South America, y'all ready? If you wonder if that woman is with you only for your money, wear some damn socks and sandals.
and with in those shirts.
The tank top, the wife beaters.
Yeah, that and the gold change.
Yeah, go ahead, win. Ain't no real woman in
babe,
South America gonna be with you with no
babe.
socks and sandals and ain't no sand.
If a papaya was a person, that's
Right,
your
thank
ass.
you. That's you. Seriously, let's go rob this dude. Why? He ain't one of us. How you know? Socks, sandals,
Absolutely.
a wife beater, and in a gold chain. Yo, we better go get that chain real quick. Y'all wonder how y'all get papaya. Y'all wonder how y'all get papaya.
Papaya as a person.
Thank you. Papaya was a person. That's what it would be. Man, I got robbed in Colombia. You
I
don't
saw
think?
that on Cartagena. It's super common to see Americans with that style, with that outfit or whatever it calls.
I know, right? Shout out to my man 0 milligram in the building. Hola, hola, hola.
The
Them
issue
DC
is most
boys.
brothers don't practice self-maintenance or study the country. They basically just get up and go carrying and going in carrying the American mindset. Absolutely.
Yes, you cannot think like you're American
Absolutely.
in North America the same way that you do in South America.
Absolutely.
It's great down here, but some adjustments have to be made. Socks
Yeah.
and sand. Man, I'll be avoiding y'all. I swear, as soon as I see them socks, I'll walk right. If y'all in the mall and I see y'all walking, I'll be swearing. I hope they don't recognize me. Andre love crossing borders.
Who?
Who?
Lady of
Who?
Faith?
No comprende español, no inglés, no inglés, amigo. Mi colombiana, mi no negro, mi no negro, mi no negro, mi colombiana, colombiano, mi colombiano.
Oh my God. What are you talking about?
For real, mi no negro, mi no negro, mi americano. Seriously,
Oh my God.
serious. I'll be avoiding you dudes, man. As soon as I see them socks and sandals, I'll be like, what Andre love crossing borders? Nah, dog. I don't cross no borders, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't cross borders, man. You must be talking about another dude. He look just like me too. You the third person to tell me that today. I'm gonna look just like somebody that you know. Seriously, I'll be in denial, man. I'll be in denial. Andrea laughing. I'm serious. Y'all dudes
I know how you are. You are a savage person.
y'all dudes be running up on me with them socks and sandals, man. I drop my head right in my beard. For real. Me no black papi. Me no negro. Me no negro. Me colombiano.
Oh my God.
Serious, man. Y'all dudes be looking too tacky for me.
Too embarrassing. For
Thank
real.
you. Thank you. I'm supposed to just
Oh
walk
my
with y'all.
God.
Hey, what's up, brother? And my whole time I'm thinking like, this dude got on socks and sandals, dog. How do I tell this dude without getting him mad?
Great Spanish is fluent as soon as he sees his socks.
No junglers. No
No
junglers.
chanclas.
No chanclas.
No nada.
Sí. Listo.
Oh my
claro.
Lord.
Sí, claro.
Oh my sweet Lord. Oh my God.
Dude, I pull out all my Spanish then.
Oh my sweet Lord. Let me say, I saw the Jew with sandals and what? On shorts in Éxito.
Man, I'll be avoiding them dudes. I'll be knowing they straight from the States, man. I'll be like, And you can't, and most dudes, you can't say nothing to them because they on vacation. They think they know everything. And you be like, dog, hey, dog, can I tell you a little something? You can't do that no more. You used to, like when I first came down here, we used to be able to tell each other stuff. But y'all new generation, you can't tell nothing to. So I'll be seeing y'all looking tacky. I just keep on walking. I kid y'all not. I treat dudes with socks and sandals like I treat American fat girls. If I see an American fat girl, I'm walking. Don't be looking at me like he look like he from the States. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, Andrew's very quiet.
Yeah.
When he sees his sister, he's quiet. He doesn't say
Yeah, I'll
anything.
say when I see the sisters,
He doesn't say anything.
Because they don't want to hear what I got to say. What you doing here? What are you doing here? And it's the same thing with the dudes with the chunglers. I just walk away quietly. I ain't about to fight this dude, arguing with no man about him and no sandals. But I know one thing, you will pay for play. I guarantee you're gonna have to pay for some coochie, because don't no woman in Colombia want to be with you and you rocking socks and sandals. You paying. Just like the white boys. Just like the white boys.
Oh my God.
He said, Andre, please move the vertical comments to the other side of the screen. You too pretty to be covered up. Shout out to my man from Indiana.
Oh my
Gary.
God. So funny.
That's Gary right there.
Okay.
Mad
Okay,
Max. Shout out to Gary. Hey Gary, let me know next time y'all be down here.
Happy about a house and land in Fortaleza, Brazil. Also, Brazil requires $2,000 with the proof of bank statement and visa to enter. I'm so happy. Now Brazil today say that Canada, Australia, and US need a visa to go to Brazil.
It is official, guys.
Official,
you guys need a
official.
visa to go to Brazil now.
And you know what the ignorant is saying? Oh my God, so Americans are crying because they need to go to Brazil. And I say, you have no idea how many Americans are relocated and wants to live or visit Brazil.
True.
Just because you don't investigate or you never leave your town, you don't see those things.
That's
it's like
true.
the same here in Colombia.
That is so true. Shout out to all 111 people here in the building.
They take Latam or South America for granted.
Yeah.
Seriously,
you know how we are in
think
North America.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Theo Wolf, the instructor, the teacher, the guru.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Knock knock. Who's there? Socks and Sandra proceeds to walk away from the door. Me, I don't know you.
For real, man. Y'all be thinking we be man. Listen, there are a lot of times, man, we will sit back and we'll see y'all, man. We be cracking up laughing like a man just don't. Y'all be walking like y'all just smooth with it. Like, I'm in Colombia now, boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
and they're winning.
Like they're winning with socks and sandals on in Cali or Medellin. Ain't no water nowhere. And you walk around with socks and sandals on. We be looking like,
Not even Afro-Colombian men use that.
No, that's
They
a good
don't even
point.
No, seriously.
Afro-Colombian men are not socks and sandals.
Hell no.
I've never seen them. You know what? That's funny. I've seen Afro-Colombian men that wore Jordans. I've seen them wear Timberlands. I've seen them wear polo boots. But I have never seen an Afro-Colombian dude with socks and sandals on.
No, they never. They use the fake Jordans. Timberlands with this heat, but I never seen that.
No,
Never.
No, they ain't gonna do that one, bro. They will imitate us with a lot of stuff, but socks and sandals, that ain't gonna work. Not no Jordan. They ain't gonna be walking around with socks and sandals on in the hood.
No. The word have classy, identify man and woman, black race.
Yep.
Yes, that's so funny, you guys. Okay, let's
Shout out to
continue
Gene, right?
with the video.
Let's continue on with the video, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm about to listen to what the sister has to say, what she
My eyes
experienced.
almost scratching with that Colombia.
I know, actually she misspelled Colombia, and then it looks like she.
It was she or he?
She. These are women.
Ah, my God.
You see,
seriously, you coming to Cali, Colombia, with a Colombian immigration stamp on your passport, and you're gonna spell like that? My eyes are
you come
burning.
into a country, you don't even know how to spell it.
Hey guys, so I know there is a lot of things going on about Colombia. I visited Cali, Colombia back in 2023. And y'all, Colombia is scary. It really.
She make our city look bad. Look at that old raggedy looking building.
This is in Centro.
That is a ugly looking. She picked the hood of the
Strata 2. Absolutely.
Thank you. That's zone 2.
This is Strata 2. Absolutely. If I see that, I say, oh no.
It really is. I went solo, and I'm gonna tell you right now, just the vibe of getting out of the car at the hotel, I knew this was not a place I could walk around. I knew this immediately, and I travel solo often. And so I went there to get my teeth done. And so the person who did my teeth, Dr. Montoya, he is kind of like a crime boss down there, really, I guess, because didn't nobody play with me, period. And I had a whole private driver the whole time I was there. And so I did not leave my hotel. I did not wander off. We had security right in front of the door. Colombia is not a place to play with. So if you are a solo traveler, you need to be well equipped and have some sort of strategy before you go out there.
Shout out to my man, Official Colby. He said this. He said, fat American women staring at me in the airport. In Cartagena. He said, I'm like, don't even think about it, Big Shirley. Shout out to Big Shirley.
No, Cartagena needs to put a lot of money in that airport, babe. That airport in Cartagena, with all the tourists that every day is coming, that airport looks like a bus
terminal.
Bus terminal, for real. They need to put, seriously, Cartagena needs to work on that airport. It's to be like El Dorado, for example.
They followed you, those big girls followed y'all down.
Yeah, it's for real.
They followed you guys down.
It's too many tourists, too many Americans.
That's why we're so glad that they don't come to Cali.
She travels solo to Jamaica.
Yeah, for real. Here we go.
I do recall venturing off, like the last night I was there, I went and got me some dinner because the hotel food was, but I went and got me some dinner, and guys, your phone won't work out there. It will not work. And I got out there, had my phone, ordered an Uber out there, realized that, damn, how the hell I'm going to get back? And y'all, I had to use the Wi-Fi.
Now, women that are coming from the States are the prime examples of when some guys sit back and say, well, I don't need no consultation. I don't know why y'all always want to pay why would I pay for a consultation? As you listen to the videos, you guys are going to notice little things that we all take for granted now, because we as men, we talk to each other. So men know how to get SIM cards. We know how to get eSIM cards on our phone now. You don't even got to go look for a SIM card. You can download the Airlo app, and now you can automatically get SIM cards like me and Andre used when we were in Europe. That comes from consultations. That comes from networking with you guys and networking with us. That comes from being in a male group where we talk to each other and share information. We kind of take it for granted, guys, that we share so much information on how to maneuver around South America and all these other countries that we fail to realize women don't talk to each other. Because if women were about their business, she wouldn't have been down in Cali by herself without any Wi-Fi. You guys don't come to Cali, Colombia, and y'all don't know about Wi-Fi because we tell y'all about it. So you automatically know. You know where to go to Claro and get a SIM card. I'll show you how to get the Airlo app, so you can get free. I mean, not free, but you can get just a SIM card without having to go pick up one. It's automatically an app. All this stuff we share with each other, and I think we take it for granted as men when it comes to how much information we know that women just don't know. And as you guys listen to these videos, you're going to continue to hear the narrative of the mistakes that women made that we men rarely ever make. Go ahead, babe.
In the place, of course, I had to tip the girl a little bit because she wasn't going to give me the Wi-Fi code. And it was about 8 o'clock in the evening, so it wasn't really.
You tipped the girl for have the Wi-Fi. You dummy.
You caught that one.
The dummy.
Blow us up, babe.
What?
Blow us up. There we go.
Late at night.
Make us bigger.
Here. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
What'd she just do, babe?
She just tipped to the girl to have the Wi-Fi password. You dummy.
For all you guys that are coming to Colombia or have never been to Colombia, and for all the guys that have already been here, we all know you get Wi-Fi free everywhere. You can ask somebody for Wi-Fi in a house. The grocery stores got Wi-Fi. Every restaurant, all you got to do is just pull when you go to a restaurant, what is it? All you do is pull your cell phone out, Wi-Fi. Just ask for the Wi-Fi. Please, por favor.
Por favor.
That's it. There are very few places there are parks in Colombia that have Wi-Fi. For her to be in a hotel and tip somebody to use the Wi-Fi, it's part of the community. It's just everybody it ain't like the States where you got to be like, oh man, this is my Wi-Fi password. No one can ever have it. This is not the States.
Oh my sweet Lord.
To sit back and hear this woman say that she actually tipped somebody to get the Wi-Fi.
Now, that's why you need a consultation before visit a country.
Thank you. These women I thought we were bad guys. These women are coming down here with no advice. They're coming down here just blind, watching each other on a TikTok video and not sharing any advice with each other. We all know, we already know that everywhere you go in Colombia, you can ask for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, everybody's house just if you know, just everywhere. I don't know any place where you can't go. I think in all my years of being here, I've been to only 3 places, and I mean somebody's house. I don't care if it's the movie theater. I don't care if it's been to the grocery store. I think I've probably had 3 times in all of my time being here that I didn't get the Wi-Fi. And the 3 times were in a restaurant and they just didn't have the password with them. And so that's the only reason I didn't have the Wi-Fi, because that person and then the manager on duty didn't know what their password was. Other than that, every restaurant that we've ever been in, and you guys have been, everybody asked for the Wi-Fi. That's just part of the culture. That's what we're saying, that these women complain about Colombia, but they don't know the culture. Yeah, she tipped her scammer. And you think he was gonna get that money back? Heck no, you dumb enough to get the money. Why should you give it back? Oh, here's a tip. Here's 20,000 pesos for Wi-Fi.
For Wi-Fi.
For Wi-Fi. Here's 20,000 pesos for Wi-Fi.
Okay, lady.
I'm not gonna give you that money back. I'm putting that money on my motorcycle.
For gas.
For gas.
For real.
Seriously.
It this one, right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
This one. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
But I made it back to that hotel by 10, and y'all, I did not leave again until it was time for me to go catch my flight. So if you're going to Colombia, please be very, very, very careful and very vigilant. There is so many things you need to watch out for, but one of those things is to be scammed or kidnapped or hurt.
I'm not sure if y'all seen them young ladies who got into an altercation in Colombia where they got attacked by the taxi driver, the 3 girls. I got a quick little story about when I went to Colombia. So I went in January 2020, right before the pandemic hit. I had a Facebook group. This girl told me about a driver, and it was her people or whatever. So I had a driver the whole time, right? So he picked me up from the airport. His name was Vincent. He was real cool for the time being. Everything was fine. He picked me up. I gave him his flat fee for the whole entire stay. Of course, like as he's taking me places to do shit, I'm tipping him. So I got everything done. I got microblading, lashes, a manicure, pedicure, facial. I got everything done out there because it's dirt cheap, right? It's a language barrier because they speak Spanish. They are prone to try to get you. If they know you not from there, they'll try to text you, right? Throughout this time, he taking me to get all my services done. My microblading was like $50. My lashes was like $30. Everything dirt cheap, but I was tipping like hella. I was tipping a lot of money. I take him out to eat a few times. Then I meet his wife. I noticed every time we would go eat, they would pick the real expensive restaurants. And then when the bill come, they would look at me to pay. But at this point, it's just me. So I'm like, all right, it's whatever. I pay for them every time we going out to eat. Mind y'all, my phone was not working. It was iffy. The service was iffy. Now I'm really, really relying on him. It's me by myself. I don't know nobody. I don't speak Spanish. So I need him to translate for me and get around. So hold on. Next video. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it fast, but go to the next video. It'll be posted right now. Towards the end, I'm getting manicures, my pedicure, they taking me around doing everything. But now the wife is always with us. She done took me to their house. I done met their kid. Now I think we locked in. I think we family, right? So it was like a couple days before I left. I didn't already got all my shit done. So now we just vibing. I was at the dinner table while we eating, and this is where I really fucked up. So we got to talking about services as far as like manicures, pedicures, and how much the difference is as far as how much we pay. And she was like, I slipped up like a dummy and was like, yeah. I was like, girl, in the States, if I got all this shit done, it would be twice, triple the amount that y'all charge here. I'm just giving her the price difference, right? I'm thinking we locked in. Wrong. After I told her that, all my shit was like extra. Like anywhere they took me was like double, triple. So I'm really putting two and two together. I'm like, damn, why it cost so much for you to just run me up the street? Like now he charging big time. Towards the end of my stay, like the last day, he charging me to where he breaking me, y'all. Like he charging hella money. And I'm like, Vincent, bitch, what's tea? Like, why are you charging me so much motherfucking money? Anyway, he take me to the airport, y'all. I kid you not. I get to the airport to leave. He helped me get my bags out. I tell him bye or whatever. I'm coming up the escalators. Do you know this nigga text me and was like, you owe me money?
Before she goes any further with her text, this is a good statement that Andrew asked. He says, does Paola and D from Tours by D, our girl, one is in Medellin, one is in Cali, they do tours, they assist individuals when they get off the plane, they do things with the ladies, as well as they do real estate and things like that, medical tourism and so forth. Do they know about these videos? I believe so, that they know. The question is not, do D and Paola know about these videos? The question is, do these women know about sisters like Paola and D that are available? Once again, you see how you were able to do that, Andrew? You mentioned two women that many of us guys, we know. So if you can't catch it with me, you can catch it with D. If you're in Medellin and you're looking for a place to stay or a great place to eat and hang out, you know you can reach out to Paola, as well as other women that are down there. But once again, we network with each other. These women just jump on planes. They don't reach out to Tours by D. They don't reach out to the Paolas out there in Colombia. They don't reach out to the ladies that do the tour. Women don't like hanging with women in the first place. We all know this. And so the same women that could have helped her out and got her a decent driver, she ended up not being able to reach out to anybody. That's the crazy part about women. They aren't helping each other. They're telling each other about these places and they're all flying down here and they're all getting scammed and they're all getting, she should have got scammed. I said it again. She should have got scammed. She came down here with no information, knowing no Spanish, solo, and the only person that and this happens a lot, guys. I'm gonna say this again. You're gonna know this through all the videos. A lot of the sisters are making the mistake of actually depending on the driver to do more than driving.
Absolutely.
Notice, take me to the restaurants. No, the driver's supposed to just been able to drop you off at spots and then come back and pick you up. No, you're taking the driver. Now he brought his wife in. Now you're really getting scammed. They tell you, let's go to the most expensive hotel. I mean, restaurants now.
In Pacific, you see, that's the part. You see a lot of Americans, a lot of sisters in Pacific Mall. They get doctor's appointment and everything, and you see it in Pacific Mall. I see a lot of them, a lot of black girls. Yeah.
And so they sit back and they depend on the driver to be more than a driver. They need a translator, a friend, somebody that she can eat with dinner. She would have been eating by herself. So now she's eating with the guy and his wife.
This is
what's the best restaurants to go to? Go ahead, babe.
They want the information, but they don't want to be told what to do.
That's a good point, Fraction Jackson.
Exactly.
That's a good point. They want the driver to do everything but driving. And so when they feel like they're getting scammed or when they're getting hustled, now the sisters are upset. Oh man, Colombia this, Colombia that. No, you didn't even do any homework before you came down here. Just like the story, the narrative you're going to continue to hear about the three sisters that were in Cartagena a couple months ago. And allegedly, and the only reason I say this allegedly, because 3 sisters. 2 of them was obese. In one small Colombian taxi.
Trying to kidnap you.
And the woman said that the one guy, he was an older dude trying to kidnap her or them.
I don't believe that story.
I really don't believe that story, because when I heard the video, it had so many holes in it.
So many things. I don't believe that story. Why? Because in Colombia, yes, in Colombia they delete people. In Colombia, they kidnap people. Yeah, that happens. Absolutely. But it's happened for a reason. Like they know you, they know your family, they know if you make a business, if you it's something about you that someone wants to do something really evil. That's what I'm going. Not just like I'm gonna kidnap this girl because I want to keep. I don't know her family. I don't know if she's poor or rich. I don't know anything about her. So I don't believe this story, because in Colombia, if something happens, it happens for a reason. There's something, you do something, you owe something, you play dirty, you have business,
you owe somebody some money.
For example, you are the type of person, a professional who investigate
narcos.
No, yeah, but a company, for example, you do
doing investigations on the company, yeah.
So something's going on, they got you. So it's a reason behind, not just because you are a tourist and no.
And when it happens to us guys,
it never happened in Medellin. I never seen that in Medellin. Medellin, they got a lot of tourists.
Like remember a few years ago, the Asian guy came up missing, and then when they found, but this dude got into a van with total strangers because the female told him, let's get in the van. So they end up cleaning out his bank accounts, and then they ended up, the true story, they end up cleaning out his bank accounts. Then he had to call his family for ransom money. The money didn't come through, and so that's when they deleted him. Now some of you guys might say, see, it's dangerous in Colombia. Dude, it's far more dangerous in Detroit, far more dangerous in Cleveland, in Mexico, in Chicago. Go ahead and go to the 5th Ward down in Texas, in Houston. Go ahead, take your butt to certain parts of New York. And then we all know there's real danger in Kansas City. So
we're gonna talk about that in a minute. That was I have it on my mind. Painting so much for your nation. He said, "Do you hear about the scientists in Santa Marta?" That's what you said, scientist. And the people coming that he started investigate something here, and that's why they found this phoner in a suitcase, obviously completely delete. And but it's something behind. So a lot of people, because that happens these days, oh my God, don't go to Colombia, it's so dangerous. And I say, something's going on behind your back that gets you in that situation. It's not fair, absolutely not, but it's something, it's a reason behind. It's not happening to everybody. Colombia received millions of tourists per year.
7.3 million last year. 7.3 million people came to Colombia.
And we got
with
cases
no issues.
like this. Because and now, and obviously I will like, okay, what I like to read comment section. So people say he came here to investigate, to do this. So probably that's why.
There's always a story behind it.
Exactly. It's always a story behind it.
Even when guys get drugged, if you ever noticed, it's always a story behind it. It's never a guy was walking down the street and somebody ran up on him and he got drugged. That is so rare. When you guys think somebody gonna be walk past you, that is rare, like super rare. Normally, go ahead, baby.
No, finish.
Normally, when you guys get got in Colombia, we all know the cookie cutter story. It's all the same cookie cutter. I've been hearing the same story since I've been here and since you guys been here. A, guy meets girl online, or he meets her at a club, or he meets her in the streets. B, He takes girl to his Airbnb who's a total stranger that he never met. C, she invites her girlfriend. She's so pretty, so he says yes to the girl and the girlfriend who he's never met. D, the girl is kissing on his neck or dancing with him while the other girl is in there putting the drugs in his drink. C, he gets drugged. D, he gets drugged, wakes up if he wakes up. It's the same cookie cutter. It's never a woman that's got a good job or an everyday woman that's in school. It's never a woman that's a college professor or a school teacher or a nurse or even some of the ladies that work in the mall. It's never a police officer. It's never a woman that's a firewoman. It's always a beautiful bottom feeder, broke, zone one, scammer, trashy chick that y'all keep getting drugged by. It's the same cookie cutter. It never changes. It's the same story. So when Andrea says there's a story behind everybody's movement, it's literally every time something happens in Colombia, you can backtrack it to a true story that you were like, that was dumb, but the person did it anyway. Every one of you guys that ever got drugged, and any one of your boys that got drugged, you can backtrack his story to he did something stupid that night or that day with a woman who tricked him into believing in the stupidity of that moment. Every one of them. It's never somebody that's a good woman. It's always the same trashy women. Always. It's no matter what city you go to.
Okay. Back to the video.
Back to the video.
And so I'm like, what the fuck I owe you? I was like, I already paid you when I got here. Everything else I've been tipping you. Y'all, I gave them so much money. I wasn't tripping on the money, but now you trying to play me. So basically he was like, yeah, that wasn't for the trip to the airport. Like basically just to take me back to the airport. Like it got a little scary. Like to where I damn near ran to the gate to get my ass up at her. Cause I was like, bitch, if I would have stayed any other, like a couple of more days, y'all would have really tried to get me. Like y'all would have been like, bitch, you either pay us or we're gonna leave you here. Like they probably would have left me somewhere. My phone wasn't working and shit. Like down to that, up until that point, I felt so safe with them. But yeah, it get a little scary, especially when you by yourself. Like depending on where you going, you just gotta be on your P's and Q's. And I'm glad.
She said several times that her phone wasn't working as far as her Wi-Fi. She had been with that Colombian couple for quite a few days based off of her story. How many of you guys have been here to Colombia and you've been here days without getting a SIM card or some type of Wi-Fi connection? Most of us don't. We usually get a SIM card within the first couple of days. We're going to let you know, or the local Colombian is going to let you know where to go get a SIM card. Whether it be the mall, whether it be, go to Claro in the mall or whatever it is. Just in case you guys don't know what Claro is. Claro is kind of like their T-Mobile. They're Sprint. Claro is South America and the Caribbean's version of Sprint, right?
Yeah.
And so we all tell each other, and this is the part that gets me with the narrative of the ladies. Ladies are showing all these videos off, but they aren't helping each other as far as information. They tell each other, girl, don't go to Colombia, or they'll do a video saying, girl, I had a great time in Colombia, but they don't tell them how they had a great time. We share that information. So like I said, I like what one brother said, these videos are going to make me, he said, these videos make me feel smarter. And the more we watch these videos tonight, the more smarter you men are going to feel, because you realize, man, I do network with brothers when I get down there or before I come. I do my homework. I do know how to get a SIM card. These women are constantly complaining that they don't have any SIM cards. And I'm wondering, like, how the heck are you in another country and the first thing you should have thought about was getting a SIM card? How the heck you in another country and you don't know that you can ask that guy and his wife SIM card while you're at their house, and the SIM card at all those fancy restaurants you've been to? How come you don't know how to get Wi-Fi with? Ladies, y'all doing it bass backwards, I swear. Y'all doing it bass backwards.
The girls are safe and everything is well, but you got to be careful for real.
Men who have been to Colombia more than once, immediate red flag. This is like 4 summers ago. I met this dude in my friend's parking lot. we had mutual friends and we were like on a party bus before, like a year before that, but like we didn't connect. So we end up exchanging numbers. We go on a few dates. It's feeling the vibe. He's a Virgo man. So after like maybe a month and a half of dating, I'm like, okay, well, what's next? Because it wasn't feeling like it was progressing or anything. Mind you, through all this, he keeps talking about these 3 or 4 trips he's taken to Colombia. The first one was with one of our mutual friends, but the second and third, and possibly the fourth, they were all solo trips. So after some time of just being like, you know, what's next? I don't really want to just date. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's next. He's like, oh, I met this girl in Colombia and we're still talking.
I said this years ago, and I'm going to say this again. If you travel the way that many of us travel to other countries, stop smashing American women. You wasted your time. You only smashing them because they're conveniently, geographically located in America. You know you don't want them. One thing I realized, once I realized that I was going to leave the United States, I left the United States alone while I was still in the United States. I'm going to say that again. This is very important. Focus on your outside the United States environment. Make your money while you're in the States. Trying to date these American chicks, these women are catching on. Like she said, as soon as you hear about a man that's been to Colombia more than once, don't deal with them, girl. I said this years ago. American men, Canadian men from the UK, you are the worst. Though men with a passport in general, you are the worst men on the planet to date back in your home country. You know the beauty that's in Brazil. You are horrible to date in Wyoming. You know the Venezuelans in Cartagena. You are trash to date in Chicago. You know all the beauty of Colombianas. You are the worst man to date in the States. You're the worst because you already know the best is out here and you're trying to pretend like I can still date in the States. You can't, bruh. You know the truth now. I've been saying this for years. Stop dating the United States. Stop hurting women in the United States. Stop disappointing women in the United States. You know you don't want them. You just want to smash through them. Don't let that bad karma come your way if you move in the DR. You don't want that type of bad karma, bad energy coming your way if you move into Lima, Peru. If you're moving to Tanzania, leave them American chicks alone, dog. A bunch of us realize we went on monk mode. I'm going to go to the States. I'm going to make my money, but I'm not sleeping with American women no more. I'm done with that. Because I wasn't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. Because I knew, like my man said, like she just said with the story. She knew. Did you want some more coffee?
Yeah.
Are you making some more coffee?
I got coffee over there. Give me a second.
Okay, cool.
Here. Hey.
Thank you, sexy boo. And so guys, I'm giving you a hookup. Use the United States to make your money. Use it to get your health and your life insurance on track. Use it to raise your kids and take care of your mom and your dad. Use the United States for that. But as far as thinking that you're going to get equality in the States like y'all getting when you go to, you know, them American women cannot compete with them Tanzania, Guyana chicks. They cannot compete with sisters from Kenya. You know American women cannot compete with them sisters from South America. They dang sure can compete with them Philippines. You tell me American women compete with how you get treated when you in Thailand. You know you can't. You guys are the worst dates. I was the worst date. The best that American woman was gonna get out of me, she will get her back blew out. Because she wasn't gonna get no love. She wasn't gonna get no honesty. She wasn't gonna get no truth. She wasn't gonna get no man. I didn't want to meet her pastor. I didn't want to meet her dog. I didn't want to meet her co-workers. Why? I'm running through you, girl. Why? There's a whole world of good women out there, and it ain't in the States. It ain't in the States. I wish I could sugarcoat it and put it another way. It ain't in the States. So the most that you can get out of American woman is a smash. And since you know it, you don't want to keep building that bad karma up, because you know in the back of your mind, I'm leaving here in about 4 years. I'm leaving here in 5 years. So what I was doing, I was just focusing on business, focusing on making money, and focusing on getting the hell up out of there. And if I smashed 1 or 2, they all know the truth. I'm gonna say this again. If you smashing chicks in America, at least tell that chick the truth. I ain't gonna be in America much longer, boo. You can let me be in them guts. But I'm telling you now, don't expect me. Ain't no Christmas gifts, ain't no birthday gifts. We don't have an anniversary. And all this stuff, I'm telling y'all, this is how I did it. That's why the universe was cool with me, and I ain't had no bad karma. And I was able to meet Andrea because I ain't had no bad karma when I left the United States. Some of y'all gonna get effed over by some Colombian women because you keep effing on over and building bad karma with how y'all treat some of the women in the States. I'm giving y'all a true game. You wonder why you can't get you a good Brazilian. You done ran through 50 Brazilians. Ain't none of them been worth keeping. You done slept with how many women in Thailand? Ain't none of them been worth keeping. Why? You built that bad karma while you was in the States. I kid you not, guys. I kid y'all not, man. Leave them stateside chicks alone unless you're gonna tell them the truth. Boo, I ain't gonna be living here. You gonna still give me that sex? Yeah? Okay, cool. But you could never say that I lied to you. She could never say to you that you lied to her. Ever. Mm-hmm. And that's what this woman was going through. She was like, once you come to them, a man that's been to Colombia a couple times, I'm not going to date them anymore because
you already see the world.
Yeah, you've already seen the world. You know what's out there. See, most black men will never see the world, so they'll complain about us that travel because they've never seen the world. You see, dude, you see how tall and beautiful German women are.
The diversity.
The diversity of women in Spain.
It's so beautiful to. I'm not saying that you smash, all nationalities,
right?
But it's the wow.
Shout out to Los.
I see, like, wow, like they're so beautiful. What?
Los say, damn, that leave her ass alone.
It is the same thing with Latino women. When you start dating outside of your own race, it's just like you learn so many things. You're still learning so many things. You open your mind, and that is like dating with someone, with a person different from your race or nationality. It's like when for example, it's like when you hear your grandpa or grandmother tell you experience.
Back
you
in the day.
learn exactly. You learn so much through a person. So that's why you got so much knowledge, because that person tell you stories, experience. So it's the same thing, like, for real. I mean, it's just like to me, after me dating with, for example, I just I date a Colombian dude, and he got a basic job or how to say,
basic, just average dude.
Yeah, like you don't even have a passport. You never been in Europe. You never try all the things. You never, it's no.
So you're saying that you could never go back to just a regular Colombian
just
dude?
Like go to two steps back. 2 steps back.
2 steps back. That's how I feel about an American woman. I could never date another American man. Please.
I don't see you.
No.
So many women that I don't
happen.
see you. I don't see you with that.
Never happen.
With masculine girl.
Let's just say, hypothetically, Andrea and I had never gotten married. We had never met, so forth and so forth. No, it's not about just Andrea and I are married for life. It's about that even if I hadn't met Andrea, let's not even talk about divorce. Let's talk about if we just hadn't even met. I had already come to the conclusion I was not going to be dating and falling in love and playing with the minds of American women. I was not going to play with American women minds. Forget them, man. But y'all think I'd be playing when I say, what's my motto? My motto is the only thing that a woman in America can do for me is point me to the nearest airport. That's it. That's it. I'll be their friend. I'll be their homeboy. I'll be your brother in church. I'll be all that stuff to American women. But as far as some dude that they send back say Andre was running through women in the States, them days were gone before I met Andrea. So my spirit was already clean. So for me to be able to meet an Andrea in Colombia, because I didn't have all that evil or that baggage back in the States.
Wait a second. Hey, Jay. So good to see you here.
Jay in the building.
Okay, let's back to the video.
So I was like, I'm not finna compete with somebody who is in Colombia. Why did you talk to me in the first place if you have a girl somewhere else? Like, that don't make sense.
Right.
So of course we stopped talking, and again we have these mutual friends. This man has been in Colombia 2 more times since we stopped talking.
Yes, he has.
All right, so I had to cut my birthday trip short in Colombia because the first night we was out there, we almost got kidnapped. Like, literally, y'all. This is real. This is not
This is it. This is one of the 3 women that said she almost got kidnapped by one taxi driver, and you know how small Colombian taxis are. Out of all the beautiful Colombianas, out of all the beautiful Venezuelans in Cartagena, you got a growing Asian population in Colombia. All the beautiful Asian women. They kidnapped that. They tried to kidnap that. I want that to sink in. For all you American men, this is the best that you're going to see in the United States. Obesity in a bonnet, a hair wrap. She dressed right now, based on how American women dress, she dressed to the T. Uncle Ja, she dressed to the Ja said lies.
American Express. It's so
Jay said this, and Jay lives in Cartagena. Stable relationship. Owns Airbnbs in Cartagena.
What the? They ain't trying to kidnap that wheat.
They try to kidnap the weave. Uncle Jay, is this what they doing? Is this what they kidnapping in Cartagena, Uncle Jay?
For real. It don't make any sense.
If nobody knows about Cartagena, Jay knows about Cartagena.
For what reason Colombia is gonna be in trouble to kidnap an American? I haven't seen that for years. Like 20 years ago, that happens for military reasons. They got kidnapped 3 Americans, the white Americans. It was a whole thing with the government. Just kidnapping just a random American. For what reason? Like, for what reason I'm gonna be in that trouble? For what reason? I don't get it.
Jay said she went to Cali. No, this was one of the 3 girls that was in Cartagena about a couple months ago that told their story about how they was in a taxi and they almost got kidnapped and they had to fight the taxi driver off, and it was 3 motorcycles down the street waiting for them. Like
motorcycles.
Like, it couldn't just be 3 motorcycles. Shout out to man Zay. I'm just saying. Let's continue on. Listen to our story.
Oh my God!
Thank you. That's another thing. When the last time we saw somebody black kidnapped, other than maybe some kids or something, but you ain't seen no black adults kidnapped the United States. You're right. Ain't nobody gonna pay for us.
Okay.
The shit on nobody country, but don't go there as no black woman. They target young girls. Their ratio is 80-20 when it comes to male and female. Like, it just wasn't safe out there. So I
looked up the ratio statistical of men and women yesterday in Colombia. In Colombia, it is 51.5% women. It is 49+% men. Colombia is basically a 50-50 country. So when she sits back and says it's 80% men in Colombia, that's not true. It's just a small smidget percentage more of women than there is men. Another stat about Colombia. Colombia is one of the youngest countries in the world. That means that most of Colombia is not over 50. Most of Colombia is under 50. What's my point? If Colombians wanted to kidnap somebody young, this was the country to do it. They ain't gotta wait for some American to come through that's looking half raggedy to kidnap them. This is a country of young people, whereas Italy, on the other hand, is the world's oldest country as far as they have more people over the age of 50. Italy is the oldest country with people over the age of 50. Colombia is one of the youngest countries with people under the age of 50 years old.
Okay.
Start from the whole beginning, and I don't want nobody telling me, oh, I've been there before, I never experienced that. Don't discredit what happened to me, and don't try to undermine that shit. I need therapy. This is very traumatic what happened to us. So let's start with the delays. It was so many delays even trying to get to Colombia. If y'all watch my other stuff, we missed our first flight. Okay, cool. We were supposed to get to Colombia at 12 p.m. We didn't get to Colombia until 10:30 p.m. that same night. All right, so basically, like, our first full day, this happened to us. So I meet Kalia Denise. Y'all know her. That's my mutual out there. I said, oh dang, she in Colombia too. Let's link. So she said she gonna have her driver pick us up. I took some pictures. That's where y'all could see those videos. This happened that day. Like, it happened literally our only day in Colombia. So we went on the party bus. We cool. We drinking their beers. We're talking. We're laughing and stuff. When we stopped to our first stop to the locals, they trying to sell us the green stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, we was thinking about purchasing, but it looked like the how it looked and the price of it. He was trying to like sell it to us. We were just like, nah, we don't need it that bad. We bought like a fan. We bought maracas and like a satchel or whatever. So this, like, after we got off the party bus, everything went haywire. So we got off the party bus. Khalil was like, do y'all need a oh, I forgot to add this part. When I told Kalia how many delays we had, she was like, oh girl, I would have went home. So now all of this, it was so many foreshadowing events that happened. When we told her we didn't want to ride with her driver anymore, because that's how we got to the city. Her driver took us. She has a personal driver. That's why she stayed in Colombia. When we got there, we was like, no, we'll just go by ourselves to the club, and then we'll just get a ride back. We'll take a yellow taxi. You're not supposed to take a yellow taxi out there. They tell you, the locals will tell you that Uber is illegal because it doesn't give you tangible evidence on who they are and how to track them. So that's how we got into that's how that happened.
That's what we talk about. I know that you don't do your investigation
or your
coming
research.
to Colombia. Uber and driver, Cabify, Didi, yeah, it's not legal in Colombia, but 60% of us, we use it. I use InDriver all the time. I use InDriver and Didi too. In Cartagena. Why? Because it's more comfortable, and you see the record of that driver. That's why.
Say that again, because she said that you don't see the record of the driver.
No, I don't use Uber. Uber, the app, I don't use it. I use InDriver. In my InDriver, let's see something just to show 200. I think I never showed 200 this.
And once again, these are the narratives and the stories on TikTok that women are sharing with each other. They don't know what InDriver is. They don't know what Didi is. They don't understand how Uber works. It's not it's illegal. It's not like it's some illegal thing. The only difference with Uber is you sit in the front seat instead of the back seat, so you don't be bothered by the taxi driver.
It's the same way in driver. It's the same with the same thing. I'm gonna order a cab for right now, and I'm gonna show you this dude right. Oh wait,
now she's on the InDriver app, and on the InDriver app also allows you to negotiate your prices. So let's say you only got 20,000 pesos in your pocket, but where you need to go to is 40,000. You could put the 20,000 on there and see which driver is going to pick you up. It has all that driver's information, all of it.
I'm going to do an example here right now. This is my InDriver account.
Somebody got the big phone.
Thank you.
Somebody's got the big phone. Shout out to
Start looking for 6 drivers right now and see my offer.
So she put an offer in of 16,000 pesos. Now is looking for drivers all around the city that's willing to take the 16,000 pesos.
And it's still looking. Let's say that I'm gonna offer 20,000 pesos. No, 18.
So she moves the price up to see if other drivers will take it.
Now I see more offers. But the thing is, that's what we always recommend this. And I think in you see,
Now drivers say, yes, I will come pick you up.
You
And it
said
has
he
all the
got
driver's
66
information.
76 trips here in this part in the qualification. That's why when
And a photo.
exactly. And every time that I order in driver, I always look the qualification and how many trips that driver has. If that driver has more than 100 trips, I go for. If he got 10, no, I don't trust. And let's cancel that right now because I want to show you this. Cancel it.
And it gives you a way to communicate the
Cancel
phone
that.
numbers and everything.
Cancel
But you
that.
can also do that with Uber. But Andrea is more comfortable with InDriver. And
Andrea, this is my profile with InDriver. Let's check it out. Let me show it you. Andrea, I need to change my photo. That's where I got that. I have my qualification at InDriver is 4.8. I got 900 trips with InDriver. And that's why so many InDrivers, when I used to order InDriver in the hood, visit my family, they say, I got your service, telling me, I got your service because you got 800 trips. So you use this a lot. If you telling me that you have just 10 or 5 or 15 trips, I don't pick you up because I don't trust you.
so even the InDriver drivers, they may not trust you, just like you might think that you can't trust them. A lot of times, shout out to my man Jay for this also. A lot of guys don't realize that Colombians don't automatically trust us right out the gate either. I don't know why people think that Brazilians automatically trust us, that people from Peru or parts of Africa automatically trust us. People don't. America has a bad reputation in other countries, whether it be Black Americans or white Americans, male or female. We got bad reputations in other countries. We have no problem with walking out on a meal and not paying for it sometimes. We have no problem with destroying property. We ain't got no problem with tearing up somebody's Airbnb. So we got a bad reputation. So if you think that Colombians automatically trust Americans just because they try to take care of you and that they're friendly and respectful people, doesn't mean that they automatically right out the gate, they trust you. And so just like Andrea said, if she didn't have the level of 4 or 5 stars that she has, there are drivers that say, I'm not coming to pick you up with just only 10
that's
rides.
a setup. And they know that's a setup. So yes, you guys, I mean, that's the part, like it's legally in Cartagena, obviously, taxi drivers, they say, yeah, don't use any apps, obviously, because it's not convenient for them, because they need to make that money. But all the time, you guys, I always use InDriver in Cartagena because it's cheaper, because I feel more comfortable. Every time I use InDriver in Cartagena, all the time. I never use a cab. I always use InDriver in Cartagena.
Now look what Lo said too. This is important.
No, wait a second. I got here a comment that I want to put here. Okay, Uncle Jay say they don't allow motos, and that's true. In Centro Cartagena, in the tourist area, she is lying.
That is so true. That's a good point.
Because
I
think
didn't even
she
think
said
about
that she was
that.
in Gethsemane.
It's-
Gethsemane did not allow any
motorcycles
motos or motorcycles because it's a tourist area. It's a walking area.
And the other girl who told the story, her other girl who story that everybody heard first before this girl, she said there were 3 motorcycles waiting for them at the corner.
Don't use InDriver if you aren't comfortable speaking Spanish, because in Cartagena drivers we call you.
We'll call you.
Directions every time. Yeah, that's true. That happens a lot. Okay, let's back to the video.
Shout out to Simon in the building.
But let me get my train of thought.
But here are 4 reasons why I didn't enjoy my time in Medellin as a digital nomad. The language barrier. I found that my limited Spanish did not go as far in Medellin, Colombia, as it had in Mexico. You definitely need to have a little bit more advanced Spanish under your belt if you're going to enjoy yourself in Medellin, Colombia. Number 2, the food was not that good to me. I tried several different things. I couldn't tell you what they were, but nothing really blew me away. So I wasn't that impressed with the food.
I want to say this about
It's something personal.
about and I hear guys say this about Medellin a lot.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
can
like,
tell you too.
They don't like Medellin food. Go ahead, babe.
I mean, in some restaurant that we have here, yeah, it's good. But Medellin, and I'm not judging Medellin because they have different things by the different presentations of meat.
Right,
For
different
example, that
recipes.
exactly that has a caleño, you understand different way, like chicken chops. Over there is different compared to chicken chops here in Cali, but and I hear that a lot. But I think it's because everybody got different type of taste, different. It's something more personal when it comes to food, because my mom loves the Medellin food. My grandma loves the Medellin. So, and here we got delicious food too. So I think it's something more personal. There's a lot of Colombians that they go to Mexico and they say, I don't like Mexican food. It's too spicy. Yeah, because we're not used to it to eat spicy food. So it's just, I think it's personal opinion. Everybody got different opinions in this, especially in this subject, the food part.
I look at it from the perspective of, just like Andrea said, the seasoning. Remember, Americans,
exactly, seasoning.
Our food is unhealthy. Let's our vegetables, trash. We got all type of pesticides and sprays in our vegetables. Our chicken, it's illegal to sell American chicken, poultry, pork, beef to other countries. There's over 116 countries that won't even allow you to land in a plane and bring American chicken into their country. You better throw that in the trash. 116 countries. So we're so used to have to put the Lowry seasoning salt on our food. We're so used to putting the Mrs. Fields on our food. We gotta put barbecue sauce on our food. We gotta do this.
You boy.
Because she sees me doing it because I was raised like that.
Yeah, but now you compare when
I've calmed down. Yeah,
ooh,
yeah. When I first got here, I used to season everything. Yeah. Now I'm kind of like, because we have to put. Now you guys come to Colombia in South America, you don't see them putting barbecue sauce over everything. Why? The food doesn't have to have that. And you're eating real fish, real poultry, real beef, real healthy farm-raised pork without all those pesticides in it. So, but here's the kicker. We aren't used to healthy foods. And so when we go to these other countries and they have real food and real vegetables in Europe, real food in Africa, we ain't used to eat no real food, and you do not realize it until you leave America. And even some of y'all go to countries and get sick for a couple days because your system is so used to trash. It's so used to trash that when you eat real food outside the United States, that's not made of some type of rubber or some type of it's not been made by a computer. It's not near meat, but real meat. Your stomach has to adjust the first couple days just eating and drinking water outside the United States. We as citizens do not realize how tore up our diet and our health is, and you realize it once you leave America. So I'm not surprised when you go to Medellin and they don't have to put all that stuff on their chicken, and you're thinking that's bland, I don't like that, or on their rice doesn't have all different type of seasoning. You want, I don't like their rice. It does taste like that to you. Lastly, like Andrea said, all different areas of Colombia have different recipes for the same foods. Like down here in Cali, we have more of a Black population like Cartagena does. So now you have more indigenous as well as negro or negra recipes. So now you got the Black soul food down here. And it ain't like that trash soul food that we eat in the United States. It ain't that slave survival food that we was eating in the United States. We got slave survival food in the United States. But when you go to other countries and you eat black recipes, it based off of slave survival.
So that's the part. It's like, for example, it's like us going to
Aiken said, leave these people in Babylon, please.
in Babylonia.
Uh-huh.
Like if we're going to, for example, India, you know, a lot of people got
super spicy,
super spicy, and got super sick because you know they no,
they
I
don't,
can't.
Yeah,
do
they
it.
don't cook. They don't clean their hands when they cook in India.
It's no. So seriously, it's just like it's something that is your body used to it, and a lot of people got that. I think you get sick for the first time.
When I first came down,
Like you got sick because it was different. The recipes, it was different. The vegetables, it was different. You're so used to it. But yeah, with that point, I got my opinion about it.
I mean, you're breathing healthy air in other countries. You're drinking healthy water in other countries. When you're in Colombia, you guys know if you ask for a soda in Colombia, what do they give you at a restaurant? They give you the carbonated water, and they put fresh vegetables. I mean, not vegetables, fresh fruits off in there. So you're not getting a soda unless you ask for one. Like if you want a Pepsi, you gotta ask for that Pepsi. But if you ask for a soda, they're going to bring you a wine glass with carbonated water, and it's going to have nothing but fresh fruits and vegetables. Fresh fruits in there: strawberries, blueberries, cherries.
That they call
That's a soda, right?
Italian soda. That is more trend right now.
I've never had not one time in the United States have I ever asked for a soda, and they gave me that. They actually created a soda while I was right there.
Yeah, so they got those choices here. Yeah, that's what Leo say. India is beautiful, but their hygiene isn't up to my standards either.
Right.
Plus the water isn't clean. Yeah, I saw so many videos. No. We don't play games. But thanks God, every time that we during a trip, we never got sick. Thanks God, we never had. Never. No. You guys, thanks God. That's one of my concerns.
Yeah, we've been to a lot of countries, but we haven't been sick. Yeah.
No, not even in Cuba. It's just like
no, Cuba was good.
No, the food was good. No, we know like it was good. It was good seasoning. Okay, let's back to
shout out to Kenny.
And I had one of the worst margaritas I've ever had when I was in Medellin, and margarita is my favorite drink. So I wasn't really impressed with the food. Number 3, I didn't get a chance to connect with the Black expat community there. So whenever I go somewhere, I always try to reach out to the Black community there. There's usually an expat community, and they are usually...
She said she didn't connect with the Black expat community in Medellin. We all know that Medellin has one of the largest Black expat communities in South America. If nobody has a large expat community, it's a lot of Brazil and a lot in Medellin, in Cartagena too, but a lot of expat groups in Medellin. A lot of sisters don't realize. Y'all want to hear, sisters? Here's the truth. When y'all travel, ain't nobody trying to F with you. I hate to say it like that. And I know y'all might want to take it in a negative way. When you traveling and you're not a good shout out to my girl Jay Edwards here tonight. Great spirit, great personality, been in Cartagena umpteen times before all these other sisters.
She would show up delicious photos of their food.
Right. Before all these other sisters was going to Cartagena, Jay was going to Cartagena. Before it was the Black woman thing. Right? She knows how to network with people. She knows how to call me, reach out to Andrea, you dudes. But most sisters, they don't reach out to each other for help, and we don't even mess with them because I ain't trying to be around obese people, man. No, I'm sorry. I didn't hang out with fat people in the States. I know 70% of women in the United States are fat. I'm sorry. I didn't come to South America to be around fat sisters from the States. Them bonnets, that's no. No. So a lot of times, guys don't even want to be around you. Even some of the attractive sisters from the States, guys don't want to be around you. Sisters, we are in a different continent. Why do you think we want you to come around us? We do not want y'all. Some of you dudes have this idea of we're going to move to South America and we're going to create a black United States and it's going to be black people and the black love. No, there are black people that think like me. I don't want to be around your ass. I love to be around black. I love my black Brazilians, my black Colombians, my black Venezuelans. I love my black Africans, black Cambodians, black Europeans, black Americans. I've been stuck in one country around y'all for 50 years. I am not trying to see you every day. I like
how to act.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
They do not know how to act. They still
Seriously.
rude, still disrespectful. They still think the whole world owes them something. They think they can bring that patriarchy mindset. I'm the queen of the world to South America.
Like those videos that we saw.
Ain't nobody trying to deal with them. And then the other part that you guys don't bring up, that nobody wants to talk about, the jealousy that black women have over black men because you come to Colombia and you treat it like a superstar. Her fat tail come to Colombia and ain't nobody talking to her. She's sitting in the corner. They might laugh or might do a salsa dance with her if she cute. But if she just the average everyday looking sister from the hood that got her little solo trip, ain't nobody trying to deal with her. And now they jealous of y'all. That's why they don't talk to you, brothers. I don't want to talk to them. I don't need their help. I know how to get an Uber.
You see? For real. Like it's just simple things that you find out like, yeah, you do it all wrong.
Jacquez say it with your chest, Dre. For real. Seriously, man. These sisters
having different functions. And you can usually meet up with someone that will show you around the city or where you can go to meet more people. And that enhances your experience in the city. And I was not able to do that in Medellin. So I think that had an impact on why I did enjoy my time there. And the last thing is that I didn't see any other female solo travelers. I'm not sure if it was where I was in the city, but most of the people that I saw there were traveling in groups of friends, groups of coworkers, and they traveled together, they partied at night, they worked together during the day. So it seemed like had I been with the group, I probably would have enjoyed.
Fellas, I'm solo in Cartagena. I see a group of y'all coming my way. Y'all ain't wearing no socks and sandals, but y'all dress decently. I see a group of y'all coming my way. I'm in Cartagena by myself. We all know in 10 minutes, I ain't gonna be by myself no more, am I? How many times have you seen a group of brothers and it may be just you and your dude, and all of a sudden that group of dudes like, where y'all going tonight? Oh, we heading over to so-and-so and so-and-so tonight. All right, dog, we're gonna be, hey, let me get your number, dog. Let's exchange what's up. Next thing you know, it may be a group of 5 dudes right there, and it's just you and your boy. Next thing you know, you got everybody exchanging, especially you ex-military dudes. Finally, as soon as you find out that the other dude is ex-military, everybody exchanging WhatsApp numbers. We gonna meet up at so-and-so tonight. Or we gonna watch the soccer game tomorrow, dog, if you hanging out. Hey, bro, you know what barbershop is where I can get my hair done? Hey, bro, you know what's a female down here that can do my locks, man, for me? Brothers share so much information with each other. As soon as we see each other, we already know I ain't by myself. These sisters will see a whole group of Americans on tour and won't say nothing to nobody. And then wondering why they have such a miserable time in South America, in Africa, in Thailand, in the Philippines, in Europe. I'm hearing sisters complain about Europe just as much as they complain about South America, because they don't network. They don't do their homework before they leave. Now, I'm not saying this is all sisters, so don't think I'm bringing a blanket.
Generalizing.
Right, generalizing everybody. Thanks, babe. But what I am saying, there are too many sisters that don't do their homework before they leave. Don't reach out to the sisters that are already down here. They aren't reaching out to them. They're doing this solo travel. And right now, even while we speak, before Andrea goes to the comments, there are Black women from the States all over Colombia locking themselves into hotel rooms alone for 2, 3, 4 days because they have nowhere to go. They don't know where to go, and they don't have any network. And so they just stay in their hotel rooms until it's time to go back home.
It's sad. Get here. Dre, I told you the story about the Lao sisters coming out of Cantina La Quince, you know. Famous restaurant here, Gastrobar, Mexican Gastrobar. If they say one word to me, I was going to respond in Spanish.
Facts. And that's one of the best restaurants all over.
One of them.
Yeah, one of the best restaurants.
Now it's super popular for foreigners.
Yeah.
Would say you're hookers over there.
Yeah, for real. And so, but yeah, they loud as can be, disrespectful, and then they wonder why we kind of like shun away from them. And it's not about, with us men, it's not about ego. It's about, ladies, how y'all present yourselves. It just ain't right. Shout to Theo.
You guys are funny with your comment section.
Oh yeah.
Myself a little more, but I did not see many other female solo travelers in Medellin.
I basically had the same experience the entire time that I was over there. People were very nice to me, but it was very clear that I did not belong, and it was ironic because of where I was staying. To provide some context to my confusion, okay, at this time I still had a relaxer, and I was under the impression that, I'm going to go to a foreign country where there are no Black people, and I'm not going to be able to get my hair done, and I don't want it to fall out, so I'd rather cut it off by choice. So for 6 months prior to the trip, I grew my hair out, I cut it all off, and then wore braids on the way down there. Now, when I got there, I was going to be under the impression that I was going to be getting the same treatment as my white peers, and I don't know why I thought that. I was really naive. I don't even think I was 21 yet. I was 20. But we get down there and all of my friends are treated like movie stars. I'm being so serious. I mean, literally the first day that we get down there, one of these girls, she was so beautiful. She was like 5'9", 5'10", very thin, conventional standard of American beauty, right? Blonde, blue eyes, big boobs, like gorgeous.
Don't forget this part as she goes on in the story. She's saying that the women that she was with were tall, were supermodel built, were attractive. So even in her eyes, yes, these women were very attractive, and people respond to, no matter where you live in the world, to tall, attractive beauty. But she's going to try to make it into a race thing.
Wait a second. She's comparing herself to white people she's lost.
And it's not even about that. Let's say there were tall, beautiful sisters. She couldn't compete. Sisters still complain about that. How many times have you seen sisters out, the big girl, I'm ready to go? Why? Because her other friends are beautiful and all the guys are showing attention to her beautiful friends. But we still see sisters in the States that one or two fat girls, they be like, come on, girl, we all came together. We gonna lead together. I'm ready to go. Ain't nobody talking to me. Ain't nobody buying me drinks. So we even see that with sisters. So it really wasn't about a race thing, whether it was Black or white. She's the one that admitted that. And then this is the part that get me before we go back to the video. She said, the European standard of beauty. Remember what I just mentioned earlier, guys who were here? We watched the movie Car Wash yesterday. We watched Car Wash and we watched Let's Do It Again with JJ, right? We talked about the fact in that movie, when you looked at brothers and sisters in the 70s and 80s and 90s, it was rare you found somebody that was fat. And it was even more rare in the Black community to see somebody obese. This is not the white narrative. As I said earlier, we've been in the United States almost 500 years. We only been fat as hell for 20 years. Men, you've only been fat for 20 years. So stop saying that's the white narrative. Sisters, you only been fat as hell for 20 years. In the 90s, you were not fat. In the 70s, go back in the 90s, go ahead back and look at all those Freaknik videos in Atlanta. Was there a bunch of fat chicks in the Freakniks? What about all those sisters that was going to college, going to Spelman and all those HBCU colleges? Was a bunch of fat chicks back then? What about the 80s, the hip hop birth of hip hop era, us going to house parties and everything? Was there a bunch of fat black people back then? Okay, let's go back to the 70s and 60s. Was black people fat back then? No, you can find very few foot videos of black people as fat in masses. This is the first generation of fat ass black people. And y'all don't want to admit it. So you want to sit back and say the European version of beauty, the American white people version of beauty. No, this is a modern day thing of black people ever in our 500-year history being fat as fuck. And y'all don't want to admit that you fat and get your butt back in the gym like we used to be in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. You want to sit back and just use the excuse of what, or being slim and handsome and being beautiful and fit. That's white people. That's white people. That's not true. So when you go back and look through the history of our people, all the way back through slavery, we ain't had nan fat folks in our family like we do now.
No.
You had like one auntie, maybe grandma, maybe a couple cousins. Yeah. The fattest thing that we had in our community was Fat Albert on TV. That was the biggest person. That was the biggest dude that we had in our community. Fat Albert on TV. Other than that, when you cut that TV off, wasn't nobody in our neighborhood no Fat Albert looking dude until now.
Yeah.
I'm tired of black people trying to use that excuse, the white man, the white narrative. That's so the white true. European version of beauty. No, bruh. We ain't never been known for being fat. Mm.
We go into a local restaurant literally right across the street from our hostel, and these people are fawning all over her. Like, again, like she's some sort of celebrity. We also had, I think, a redhead with green eyes in that group that they were also like all over. It was insane. We go across the street to this restaurant that is like literally right across the street from our hostel for lunch. And one of the waiters was just so enamored with her. Like, he grabbed her face and he kissed her just out of nowhere. Now, obviously, like, this was not the type of treatment I even wanted to begin with. But again, it was very clear that I was being treated differently. The number one incident that confirmed this for me was one night we decided that we were going to go into Gringolandia, which is the area that's what they called it, that we were going to go there and we were going to go to a club. I tell you, when I say we were in the back of the line, I'm talking about way in the back of the line. Out of nowhere, these two guys from inside the club come running out and pulling my friends to the inside of the club with a bunch of drink tickets. My friends had to hold my hand so that they knew that I was with them. Now, the reason I mentioned all what that I mentioned in the very beginning of the story is because of what happened literally the next day. I decided that I was going to go to the library or wherever I was going to study. And I decided to take a different route this time. And I walked by a black braiding shop. The province that was literally right next door to where I was is called Esmeraldas. And it's black. Everyone there is black, which is why everybody was being so chill to me, because they were under the assumption that I was from there as long as I didn't open my mouth. But the fact that I went to a completely different country, the fact that my host mom knew that I wasn't from there and never mentioned that there was a black province within.
That's a dang shame. She blamed her host mother for the fact that she felt so bad about herself and that she didn't know there was a black community. So she blamed the host mother. I'm going to say something else. Little mama is not an unattractive woman. Let's be honest, guys. When a woman holds the camera this close, what does that mean? When a woman takes a face photo, what does that mean? When the camera is right there. Come on, guys, put in the comment section. When a woman puts the camera right up on her face and you can only see her face, what does that mean? You guys know this. I don't have to answer it. What is it, guys?
I'm next to you, babe.
Amos says fat. Simon says, yep. Covering up that gut. Yep. We all, as men, we all know when a woman only takes a picture or put a camera directly in her face, she's covering up everything else. So when she probably went there, she was just a cute, fat girl. Fat. We all know that. See, she didn't think we would catch it. She's sitting up there, camera right in her face. She got her face beat with the makeup. Made sure her hair was just right. But she in that big sweatshirt. And I bet you if I had looked up, did a little bit more research, we would have saw that she was a big girl. Like I said, she's not an unattractive woman, but she's a modern day big girl. Thank you.
Walking distance says everything that I needed to know.
Men who have been to Colombia more than once, immediate red flag. This is like 4 summers ago. I met this dude in my friend's parking lot. We have mutual friends and we were like on a party bus before, like a year before that, but like we didn't connect. So we end up exchanging numbers. We go on a few dates. It's feeling the vibe. He's a Virgo man. So after like maybe a month and a half of dating, I'm like, okay, well, what's next? Because it wasn't feeling like it was progressing or anything. Mind you, through all this, he keeps talking about these. So
advanced Spanish under your belt of friends, groups of.
And she said, I was beating him and the girls were pulling me in and they were like, we're.
It ain't that bad. It's bad. Just be prepared. No pesos.
I just learned that if you are this, you need to put a Strata 6 address when you go to the hospital.
I want you guys to hear what she said. This sister said,
What are Stratas?
If you are black, I want you to hear this one. I want to hear what you got to say about this one. She said, if you are black, you have to lie and have a Strata 6 or Zone 6 or Area 6 in order to get the best medical care in Colombia because you're black. I'm gonna let this one ride. Then I want to hear what Andre has to say.
1 is the lowest, Strata 6 is the highest. Usually people from Strata 1 would be people that are not as economically advantaged. And Strata 6 is where you have people who are of wealth. Girl went into the hospital with literally a life or death situation. And she said she had terrible treatment for like 3 days. They just weren't accommodating her. And they realized like, oh, Strata 6. Suddenly she's moved up to a different floor. She has her own room. She's getting access to better care. She literally could have died because they quote unquote said, oh, we thought you were from Choco, which how fucked up is that? 1, 2, her Strata 6 address probably saved her life. So I'm gonna start keeping a Strata 6 address in my back pocket because I don't want some fucking idiot judging me off the color of my skin and my ass is sent to the upper room because I don't get adequate treatments.
Before we go any further with that, I want to hear what Andre have to say. This woman said, because I'm black, they didn't give me the right medical care. Even though we lived in Strata 1. Yeah, I mean, even though she's saying me and my friend are from Strata 1, but because I'm black, we had to lie and use Strata 6's address.
She's American.
But she's American.
And she lives in Strata 1? A ver, let me get this straight.
You know, I've been saying this for years. I don't know why black. I don't know why. I don't know why black people from the States that ain't lived in the hood in years. I'm talking to you guys too.
Okay, now I got it.
that ain't lived in the hood in years always want to go to Brazil, Colombia, and always want to take y'all butt to the hood and live in the hood. But you ain't lived in the hood in years. So now she's saying that because she's black, they wouldn't give her medical care.
A ver, I'm lost in this situation because why? Because you pay a medical service, and you get the medical service,
Your health, your
exactly,
insurance,
because you pay for, right? For example, let's say the Andre's sick. I take Andre to a random hospital. They see by your ID number, hey, your insurance belongs to this building in South.
Insurance.
Your insurance say, yeah, go to this hospital because here we can't attend you because you belongs to other hospital. Happens to me when I was sick. They say, no, I can't because your insurance is different. So you need to go to another building and get attended, And that's why for Colombians, that's how medical service works. It's not, I can't go to, for example, in Banaco Clinic, that is one of the best ones in Colombia and in Cali too. Like, hey, I live in Strata 1, but I need attention because I say my address for Strata 6. They can see that in the system, on the system, right?
In the system.
Okay, thank you. In the system, like what part of the city you live in. You're not going to, I live in this part of the city on this address and I get better attention. That is not make any sense. It's not common sense because they can see all your info in the system, everything in the system. They can see if you can receive any medical service because you still how do you say the word? What's the word? Approved? No. You part of that or
part of the network?
Afiliado. I forgot the
affiliated?
Word. Exactly. So they always check it out. When here in Colombia, when someone is sick, I'm sick, I pass my cédula and they check it out. Andrea, okay, you are afiliada. Okay,
affiliated.
Exactly. Okay, and then you get the attention. But I don't see, this is, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, this is like, exactly. T-Max say, when I went to SmartFit for membership, I have to put in my residence zone. Absolutely. They always ask you for those details. So that, to me, does not make any sense.
Yeah, and the funny part is that she tried to use, because they were in zone 1, she tried to say, well, they didn't give us the best quality, or we couldn't come to this hospital because we were black. And then they tried to say, oh, we thought you was from Choco. That's apples and oranges. They probably mentioned, oh, we thought you were from Choco, just in general conversation. That had nothing to do with the medical. What she failed to realize is based on the area in which you can afford to get medical treatment. If you live in zone 1, 9 times out of 10, you can't afford to get zone 6 treatment. You don't even have that type of insurance. So to sit back and try to blame it on race that you didn't know, you guys don't have the insurance coverage, and you could, we were able to do it when they said she got zone 6, but did she have the right coverage? So you can lie and use in the dress. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe she lied to get that type of insurance. But that's the part, like exactly. If you lie and you tell to the people, to the service and everything, as soon as you get your medical insurance, I live in this address, but you don't live over there. So that's the part, but not like in that part, I believe it. But in other part, like I'm sick. I live in El Peñón, but I live in the hood.
Oh,
that doesn't make any sense.
You can't get insurance over here in zone. We live in zone 5, zone 6, so we know what hospitals, what the best hospitals are and the best medical clinics are. And no, if you live in zone 1, you're not going to get this. You live in the hood of all hoods. So you're not going to get that. But that has nothing, this is the part, that has nothing to do with race. Whether you're my complexion and you live in zone 1, or you're Andrea's complexion and you live in zone 1. If Andrea lived in zone 1, she would get the same, no, you can't use this particular hospital treatment if she's got that address in zone 1.
Belong.
Or if I'm in zone 1. That had nothing to do with race. But these sisters are, that's why I keep saying, we Americans are so programmed. Don't forget your thought, babe. We Americans are so race programmed that when we go to other countries, we think everything is race.
Everything is race, for real.
We think
for
everything is race. Yes, there's a form of racism around the world, but our form of racism is not everybody's form. Racism is shown in different ways around the world. Secondly, some stuff has to do with class. People in zone 1 can't afford to live here in zone 6. That's class. Certain restaurants people can't go to. That's class. As well as certain clubs. You guys got clubs that you go to. That when you guys come to Cali, I take you to a club, La Topa, where everybody goes. But then we might end up going to over here in zone 5, zone 6 to the manga area. The average Colombian cannot afford to go to club living.
No, they
can't
can't.
go
O la
to
cantina, la 15.
the restaurant. They can
No,
afford
they
this.
can't.
That has to do with class. That has nothing to do with race or because they're trying to keep it from black people. But Americans think everything is race in our country. And so we bring that mindset and that narrative to other countries. And a lot of times in Brazil, Lima, Peru, Mexico, it's not as much as racism as it is your people just ain't on that level yet.
I don't get it.
You ain't making that type of money yet to walk into that restaurant, to walk into that hospital, to walk into that club. It's to even walk into that mall.
Yeah, that's why I don't get it.
I like what T-Mac said. He said Colombia is definitely more about class. It really is. All you do is they keep coming down here on that race stuff. There is a form of racism in South America, but it's not our form of racism. It's completely different. But Colombia, I would easily say from all my years of being here, it's all about what level are you on.
Economy status.
Yep,
Absolutely.
yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Good point, Marco. Right, dollar bills. Classism is not racism.
Why some Black American women hate Colombia.
99 problems in Cartagena is one. Napped simp in Cartagena, Colombia. So people told us that the Ubers was illegal. That is.
I didn't like how people was coming for this girl like she was just making that up, because she wasn't. I went to Colombia in 2017. I went to Bogota, Colombia, so a different city, but same country. When I got there, I was told Ubers was illegal as well. And the way that I was told was I was actually in an Uber on the way out of the airport, and the police stopped us. The police stopped us, got us out the car, and was like,
she was in the back
what are
seat.
you?
That's so obviously in Bogota is way too more serious, the illegal Uber and in-driver.
She probably was in the back seat, and this the other part, and don't forget your thought.
Dios mío, bendito.
She probably was in the back seat instead of sitting in the front seat. And remember, during that time period of 2017 all the way to 2020, remember they were boycotting. Remember the taxi drivers were going at the Uber drivers, and they were trying to make Uber illegal, the app, trying to make it illegal.
And it's still
In 2007, wait a minute, 2017, they hadn't even been to court yet to make Uber illegal. Remember, they hadn't even been to court yet. Remember the taxi drivers protested?
Yeah, but that wasn't even when I was in college.
I'm talking about the recent protests. When they protested in Bogota, like in 2020, 21. Remember all the taxis? Remember that?
Yeah.
And remember Uber was going back and forth to court.
Yeah, babe, but it's still, but when I'm going to is Uber in driver, Cabify, Didi is illegal, and that is way too much serious in Bogota. In Bogota, every time that I got an Uber, in driver that we have to go to the airport, they say pay me before we get over there and pay, because if I stop here and the police got me, I get a ticket. In Bogota airport is very serious. That's why they always, when I order an in driver, hey, I'll meet you in this street, or only not super far away from the airport, just like walking past to the taxis, the vans, the trucks, walking past, this is my plan number, and we just okay, and let's go immediately, because Bogota is very serious when it comes to in driver. Like seriously, they're not playing games.
And I could definitely agree with that. But the part that gets me is I'm confused now, because I remember in 2017, Uber hadn't even gone to Uber hadn't even gone to court yet. I knew that during that time period, and even before, guys, here in Colombia, the taxi drivers fussed and cussed and protested and cried and whined so much to the politicians, and were blocking the streets so much during their protests, that the government got involved with Uber. It wasn't Uber fault. It was the fact that taxi drivers wanted to have a monopoly on transportation. They wanted to sit back and say, we control transportation in Colombia. And so that's what happened and that's what Uber is the way that it is, and in drivers the way that it is because of the taxi drivers, much less the political per se. Now, when you're in Bogota, you just basically just, like I said, sit in the front seat. And let me put it like this. I don't hear no stories from the men complaining about Uber in driver or none of us guys complain about. I haven't heard any of you guys had any issues, because I haven't.
No.
Have you guys had any issues with an Uber in Colombia or in driver or a taxi?
It's more expensive, but you
or
get the
Didi.
service.
Yeah. Women are crying, and women talk about they getting kidnapped in taxis. Talk to my man Black Nubian. He said none. Theo said no. I haven't had any. Theo said, how you know, Theo?
Oh my God.
Guys doing, how did you order this? Mind you, Colombia is not a country that majority people speak English. It's a very, very Spanish speaking country. It's not like if you go to Mexico where almost everybody speak English, or if you go to the Dominican Republic, it is literally mainly Spanish. And I'm not fluent in Spanish. I can understand it some, but I'm not fluent in Spanish. So I was literally like scared, because I'm like, are they going to take us to jail? They did manage to tell us that Uber is illegal. We cannot use Uber in Colombia. We had to use taxis. They got all of our stuff out of that man's car. They took his car and they towed it, and they made us get in a yellow taxi. So she's not lying about what she went through or what she was told. I'm glad that they made it back safely, because that is some scary shit.
All right, we're going to stop there for a second, because we've been listening to women complain about Colombia for the longest. Now we're just going to spend the final time listening to what some sisters have to say of the great time that they had in Colombia. But here's the kicker. The common thread of most of the women that we just saw were women that were A, insecure, B, they just basically didn't do enough homework and research, C, they were unattractive. You guys didn't see really no attractive women up there. Of course, overweight in some cases. Now we're going to look at the ladies that are having a good time in Colombia, and watch the common thread among the women that don't complain about Colombia. It's like the attractive women that come from the States or UK have a great time, but the unattractive, insecure, obese women are the only ones that you see complaining. Let's get started if I have anything to say, babe.
Things I wish I knew before going to Colombia Part 2. By the way, my name is Nay. I'm a travel content creator and travel advisor. So if you need help with anything beginner travel, then don't be afraid to ask. Please make sure that you have cash. You need to have cash. And not just US dollars cash, but Colombian pesos cash. A lot of places will not take US dollars. So please make sure you have pesos. And then sometimes the conversion is a little tricky. So just keep pesos to be on the safe side. You'll need it for taxis. You need it for when you're shopping. You'll need cash for everything. Like everything that you're basically paying for, you will need some cash. Some places do take card, yes, but you can always get a better deal with cash, and it's just so much easier. Like a lot of places are going to expect you to have cash, so don't just think you're just about to just have your card around. They do have ATMs, so if you're in a taxi or whatever, just ask them to take you to an ATM, but make sure you have cash. Follow to keep up with this series and comment if you have any questions or want me to make any content about Colombia.
You see that she's having a great time. She's having a good time. You just saw the other young lady having a good time. The attractive women are not having any issues.
I love being black all the time everywhere, but I really love being black in Colombia. I love it so much, I'm actually going back in like a week. So in honor of my return to Colombia, here's a review of one of my favorite cities. I'm reviewing different tourist destinations based on things to do and what it's like for black people and people of color. First of all, anyone who tries to deny the blackness of Colombia has clearly never been to the coast. This was one of the first cities I had ever traveled to where I actually saw blackness embraced. In Cartagena, there's an arts district called Getsemani, and when you go there, you will see black women depicted all over the place. I asked this artist why black women were such a big inspiration for the artwork here, and he told me it's because black women are la moda. We are the fashion, the style, baby. Not only did I feel super welcomed, I also had a ton of fun. This is me taking a mud bath in the Totumo volcano. I went with a Colombian guide to the market and had some authentic coastal food. And I took a day trip to an island beach getaway.
She's a solo
And I also
traveler.
just felt very connected to the culture and the people, especially when I took a day trip to Palenque, which was the first community of free black people in the Americas. The people of Cartagena are so kind, and I always just feel so happy whenever I'm in Colombia. And contrary to what you might think, I've never felt unsafe. Personally, I've never heard, seen, or read about travelers of color feeling unwelcomed here. And every black person I know who's been to Cartagena has had a fabulous time. You have great history, great food, and great people. And that's why, for me, Cartagena gets a 10 out of 10.
This is in Cartagena.
Black
You know,
girl
fat
living
girls
in
around, they
Medellin,
having a good
Colombia.
time.
So come to the gym with me. Today is gonna be a random gym day because the gym was super crowded. So
Come on
I
now.
got the best workout in I could. Of
Got the
course, I
sister
started
in
my day
Medellin in the
with the
gym.
Her Nutra pre-workout. This is
Not
our
them big
fruit
girls.
punch flavor, and it is so good. And I also took some creatine.
Kirimoto.
I usually take a motorbike to the gym because it's a lot quicker and it's a lot cheaper than getting a regular car. So I'm starting my workout with a short warm-up on the treadmill. And then I went to get a pre-weighted bar, and now I'm doing a bunch of workouts on the pre-weighted bar because the gym was really crowded and I didn't feel like switching machines. So I did some deadlifts. Now I'm doing some bent over rows, and these are sumo deadlifts. So we're really working the hamstrings and the back today. And now we're going to move to some skull crushers, also working the upper back area here. And now I'm setting up for some glute kickbacks. They didn't have the right attachment to do them, but I made do with the attachment that I had. It still was a really good glute pump after this. So after my workout is over, I typically finish with about 10 to 15 minutes on the Stairmaster. Any would do. You can do the elliptical or the treadmill. I like the Stairmaster. And of course, guys, I do a little short stretch after every workout to make sure I'm not sore the next day. So if you found yourself sore, you might want to start stretching after your work.
That's right.
Yeah, so I do actually have a couple of videos on my TikTok of daily vlogs of my trip to Colombia, so go watch those. I am missing like the last couple days of the trip just because I got lazy with putting the videos together, but I think it was last day, that was my favorite day of the trip. So if you do want to see that, I will post it. Also on my Instagram, I have a whole highlight dedicated to Colombia, and I posted literally every single thing I did, so go look at that as well.
Before she goes any further, you notice the trend that I keep mentioning, and I don't want to harp on it, but you notice the attractive women from the States that have self-confidence, that are open-minded, that are not narrow-minded are having a great time in Colombia. But you notice the unattractive, obese, problematic, you can't tell me nothing, bonnet wearing, okay, look, all these attractive sisters has been talking. Which one showed y'all a bonnet?
That's
Which
true.
one of these beautiful
Which one?
sisters showed y'all one bonnet?
Even in the videos.
But the unattractive women had all type of stuff on their head, didn't they?
Yeah.
So one group has self-confidence and are open to enjoying cultures, where another one wants South America to be like North America.
Literally everything is there. And in the previous video, I did put all the cities that we visited in each country. So yeah, in Colombia, we stayed in Medellin in the El Poblado area. That's like the main touristy area. And then we just took a day trip to Guatapé because it's only like a 2-hour drive away. And yeah, I really recommend Colombia, Medellin specifically. Obviously, I haven't visited like Cartagena or like Cali or Bogota or any of the other places. I really want to go back and visit those. But Medellin, I just fell in love with, and I really, really recommend to anyone who wants to go. But yeah, let me know if you want me to post that last day of the trip, and let me know if you have any other questions.
Hey y'all, excuse my roots. I'm gonna get that taken care of today. But I just wanted to come on here and give some encouragement to those of y'all who are thinking about moving out of the country, but you're scared that you're not gonna be able to make new friends, or people who have moved out the country, but you move somewhere like Colombia, where it is a lot harder to make close Colombian friends. I just want to give y'all some encouragement, because some places aren't as easy as like if you go somewhere like in the Caribbean, it's so easy to make friends in the Caribbean. Caribbean people are just super open, especially if you go somewhere like Jamaica or well, St. Thomas is technically the United States, but it's like way more Caribbean than the United States. It takes time, like especially here in Colombia. Like I'm just now like building some friendships, and then like starting to see people actually like genuinely care about me. And a lot of the times it just takes you doing the same thing over and over, speaking to them over and over, them speaking to you, and you like slowly start building those pieces. It's not going to happen overnight.
Now, when this sister, I've been following her for a minute. When she first came to Medellin, she's in the beginning spent a lot of her time in her hotel room by herself. She wasn't coming out. No, her Airbnb by herself. But after a while, now she's like, I'm getting out there. I am meeting people as she's describing. So now she's building a life in Medellin. What do I always say? Whenever you come to another country, bring what? Bring your routine. Because there are other people in that new country that may have the same routine: exercise, bowling, golf, reading, whatever your routine is. There's probably somebody in that country that has the same cooking routine that you have. Now she's discovering that, and she's not complaining about how bad it was when she first got to Colombia. She's talking about how it is for her right now. Once again, the attractive women are learning to embrace cultures, to whereas the unattractive, insecure, big girls, they're doing it all wrong.
If you think you're going to move somewhere like Colombia and have really close friends, like Colombian friends within 6 months, it's not happening. It's not happening at all. You can find immigrant friends who are more likely to build closer, more reliable friendships with you, because we all are coming from the same situation. So we lean on each other a lot more. But, if you want to actually make friends and build relationships, it's going to take some effort on your part. It's going to take you putting out some olive branches. It's going to take you asking people questions. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with people's flakiness. Speaking to your neighbors goes a very long way here. Hola vecino, hola vecina. Like, your neighbors here will be very, very helpful towards you. And again, like, repeated small interactions over time can lead to more trust, because you got to understand, in countries with certain histories, they don't have a lot of trust. if you're trying to build friendships with women here, they don't have a lot of trust. A lot of times they be assuming that you coming to take their man for real. So you have to consider those type of things and always have a positive, friendly demeanor. Be open, but also you have to make sure that you can trust people. So that's why things kind of move a little bit slower here in Colombia, but put in the effort. You don't want to be one of those people who's been like, oh, I've been here like 10 years and I don't have a close friends. Yeah, but that's because you only like hang out with your family or your partner. You're not putting any effort into building friendships. So a little bit of effort goes a long way over a long period of time.
So whenever I travel to places like Rio or Colombia, I always get the same stereotypes and same people always saying like, oh, it's dangerous. But a lot of times if something happens, it's actually the tourist's fault. Here's some dumb shit tourists do that I will let you know about, because I've seen a lot. And I travel solo. Nothing ever has happened to me because I don't do all of that stuff. I'm not saying that nothing can happen to you, but of course, if you do all of that stuff, for sure something's gonna happen to you. Here we go. Number one, just go to the beach by yourself at night. Like, why would you even do that? People go to Rio at night by themselves and then they're surprised that they get robbed. In Cartagena, the same thing. Sit somewhere alone by yourself at night and you're wondering why someone comes and robs you. Things like that, I don't understand. I wouldn't even do that in my own city. So why would I do that at night in some other place? Number two, this one is something I've seen a lot in Cartagena, Colombia. Just following strangers to the ATM. Why the heck would you do that? Follow a stranger to the ATM. Someone who tells you, oh, I know where an ATM is. You can just come follow me. Why would you do that? You get robbed. You're following a complete stranger at night to the ATM. Number three, there's more dumb shit that tourists do. Follow.
Before she goes any further, I want to share something real quick because I know we're winding down. And I know Andrea is winding down too. Guys, when it comes to cash, let's say you don't want to, you just, the ATM. Let me give a shout out to the guys that send a few dollars on Cash App too. Shout out to my man Blade Runner with the $5 love. Appreciate you, brother. And shout out to my man Steven in the building. He said, keep up the good content. Andrea and Andrea, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. One of the things that you guys want to realize, there's an app called Rappi in Colombia. Rappi. R-A-P-P-I. R-A-P-P-I. With the Rappi app, you can order food like InDriver, groceries, and things like that. But the other thing that you can do with the Rappi app, let me scroll over to it. There's an area called ATM. You can click on that. You can actually order cash to be delivered to your location. So if I click on one of these, the cash goes down. I click on the green button that says continue. I'll wait for it. It's processing now. And I've done this 100 times. 100 times. So you don't have to worry about if. Now, sometimes you see the error. Don't worry about it. Click on the green button again. Bam. It has my address. You could change the address if you want to and be able to, you could change the address if you want to and be able to have it picked up. They'll drop the money off at a restaurant where you are, or if you're at a nightclub, they'll drop it off at that nightclub. And so it has the price down here. So I put down the amount, and it only costs $8 for that driver to go pick up. Usually it's on a motorcycle, the rider to go to an ATM, use their Rappi card, get that cash, bring it to me. Rappi will give you a 3-digit code to give to that driver or that rider, so he'll know that you're the right person to give that cash to. So you'll be able to do that. So all you guys that think that you only can make it to the ATM, I'm letting you know now. I've done this for the past few years. I don't have to go to the ATM because dude, sometimes I'll have 2 or 3 motorcycles downstairs bringing me my cash. If I'm at a restaurant, I do that. If I'm going to hang out with you guys and I say, oh man, I forget to get some cash, I'll just put in the restaurant's location, order my cash, and the motorcycle is pulling up right there. So you guys have no excuse. Once again, we share information as men, to whereas the women don't share information. So they're still talking about the ATM. And for you guys that aren't using Rappi yet to get your cash delivered, I don't see why not. I don't see why not, because I've been doing it forever. Like I said, if they're not bringing me enough with one rider, because there's a limited amount that they can bring you with one rider, I'll have 2 or 3 motorcycles pulling up at the same time, and each one of them get the 3-digit code. He gets a code, he gets a code, and I'm able to get the cash. I just want to let you guys know that. Let's go back to the video.
Strangers to some random neighborhoods to party or to date, like guys following random girls to the favelas in Rio, and then they get robbed and then they're wondering why, or like girls following random guys to some favela party or to some sketchy neighborhood in Colombia, in Cartagena. It was the same thing. I've seen so many things, like girls just following random guys they met at a party 2 hours ago to the sketchiest of neighborhoods in Cartagena, and they're wondering why they won't get a cab back because no cab wants to go into that neighborhood. So things like that. Luckily in those situations for my friends nothing happened, but in other situations a lot of stuff happens because you get yourself in a dangerous situation and then you're wondering why something dangerous happens. Another thing, people coming to a foreign country, Colombia specifically, first thing they want to do is go out and buy drugs, get involved with sketchy people and dealers, and then they're like, oh, I don't like this place is dangerous because I don't like how those guys attack me. If you're going to look out for the bad guys, of course you're gonna get some bad stuff done to you. So things like that, please someone explain. Other dumb stuff is not doing any research about the country. You've decided to travel to a foreign country and you don't even do the bare minimum of research of what language they speak, of what they eat, about the history a little bit, of the culture, about the political system. People going to Cuba and expecting everything to be like in the States. No, honey, it's not. Cuba is a communist state. You know what communism means. Not every food is going to be available. If you would have done your research, you would have known that. And I host group trips and I always have people like that on some of my trips. Even though I told them a lot of things, they did not do their own research on top. So why? This is also an important one, not learning the language at all. I'm not saying you should completely learn a new language of any country you're traveling to, but you should at least learn a couple of basics if that will help you. And I've seen a lot of people just be in Spanish-speaking countries, in Brazil, and not knowing anything, and they have a hard time getting around, even a hard time just doing the most basic stuff. So I'm like, why did you even bother to come and not bother to learn at least a little bit of just the basics? It's really not that hard. Just learn a couple of 10-20 basic phrases or get my guide. It's really not that hard. Get the cheat sheets and just say every sentence you need to say, and that's it. More of dumb stuff tourists do is just going around thinking that everything is like in their country, where they can just have their valuables like cameras, phones out. Not even in most of your cities you can do that. You wouldn't even do that in New York. You would not do that in Paris. So why would you go to another country and think that nothing will happen doing that? More dumb stuff tourists do is just going to the beach and thinking it's okay to leave their stuff unattended and just go take a swim and then come back and then be like, someone stole my stuff. Whoa, wow, really? Okay, so those are a couple of things. There are a lot more dumb things that tourists do. If you know of more things, then leave them down in the comments.
They're fake. First of all, thank you so much, but there's no gatekeeping here. I have 20 porcelain Emax veneers and I got them done in Cali, Colombia.
I'm not gonna hold you. This confusion makes sense, and I love Colombia, and Cartagena was the city that made me fall in love with the country. But the thing is, you can be totally safe and have a great time in Colombia if you know how to move. Having a good time and being safe is all about keeping your head on a swivel and not giving an opportunity. In Colombia, they have a concept called no dar papaya, and that means don't give an opportunity, because most crimes are crimes of opportunity. Most people are not going out of their way to do something. When something happens, it's usually because someone has fallen into a trap or kind of left themselves open. Now, yes, I did watch the video where the woman said her and her friends were almost kidnapped in Colombia, and I totally believe it. And it's not their fault. If you're not aware, these things can happen. I'm honestly so sorry to hear about their experience, and I want everyone to remember that just because something didn't happen to you does not mean it doesn't happen to anyone at all. But when it comes to not giving an opportunity in Colombia, you want to avoid things like unmarked taxis or even local taxis. From my understanding, Uber as a rideshare company is illegal, but you can still use Uber. You can also use Didi. And honestly, no matter what country I'm in, I am only ever using Uber or whatever the local rideshare company is. And personally, I don't think that Black women as a whole should be afraid of going to Colombia. I don't believe that Black women are personally targeted. I think that really anyone can become a target, especially if they're unaware of how to maneuver about the country. When I'm in Colombia, it's Uber and Didi all the way. I got my theft-proof bag, I keep my phone real close, and I'm good. And also, this concept of no dar papaya, you should really apply anywhere, like New York City, Mexico, France.
Europe.
This really goes across the board. And that's why there are certain things that you have to do or avoid in order to have a great time there. And you could have a really great time.
Hey y'all, I wanted to give you guys an update and review on my trip to Cartagena, Colombia. I would first and foremost like to say that I absolutely love that country. The people were amazing, the food was amazing, the art was amazing. I've never felt so welcome, so adored by the people in that country. I felt safe as a dark-skinned Black woman walking in the streets of Cartagena, Colombia. I would also like to appreciate the art that was everywhere, that incorporated white, Black woman, man. Like, honestly, I've been to very few countries, but that country is just on the top of my favorite list. Like, I would definitely go again, and I would definitely recommend it to solo female travelers, or just if you want to have fun, if you want to experience culture, if you want to have good vibes, go to Cartagena, Colombia. Like, I freaking love Colombia.
Chocolate. The chocolate.
That's cacao, 85%.
Cacao. Yes, seriously, 85% cacao. Shout out to all you guys that hung out with us.
You guys
so
are
you see
so
the beautiful
funny.
sisters always have great attitudes when they come to Colombia, and the sketchy looking sisters,
But you see that they're not ugly.
right, they're not ugly
out of shape.
inside or out. So just to let you guys know, so this is not a put down to sisters, and that's why we want to end this video on a positive note when it comes to a lot of sisters come down to Colombia and have a great time as long as they ain't got an ugly attitude.
Exactly. That's the part. Like, and they know in Colombia, you see, in Colombia is not a obese country. And in Colombia is where they see a Colombia obese person, everyone like, what the hell?
Yeah, if they
Like,
see
for
obesity
real.
here, they're gonna stare at you.
Yeah, for
So-
real,
so-
because it's not common here. It's not common. So she's fine. You guys.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
she really
for
is.
real. And that's the type of girls that I saw in Cartagena on my last trip. Like, I saw a bunch of these type of girls, obese or big girls, or the ones that very beautiful, not out of shape. So, and yeah, they're having a good time. Other ones that were super loud, but like we said, we not generalize all of them, but they know that they have confidence, and that's the part. Like, and it's really sad to say in this way, but the way they look is the way how they treat you.
That's true. So if you look like you unattractive, you're gonna get gringo priced. You're gonna get
for real,
gringo.
or don't take you seriously, or no. In Colombia, they're looking at you like seriously, like how do you look for real?
Yeah. So ladies, we gave you the good side. We gave you some sisters that's not having a good time, and we give you sisters that give you advice on how to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And it all starts with your attitude and them damn bonnets. Keep
In bonnet land, land those bonnets in bonnet land.
leave them in bonnet land. Seriously, Bonnetville. Seriously, keep them bonnets away from us. We're Andrea and Andrea Love Crossing Borders. we're going to, like tomorrow, I'm going to be on my man No Excuse. So I'm going to drop the link tomorrow as well, so you guys will be able to enjoy it with us. And we are out of here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you more than you realize. This is our 6th year on YouTube, and you guys been riding it out with us. Let's get ready to do some outro videos.
Yeah, I know gentlemen. What type of outro videos.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's ride it out.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally. I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, I had to abide you. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, living for weekends, wishing I could take
This ain't a Beamer, this a big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through this like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, so the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can chase a man for no paper. just think it's sweet. I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that bitch get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper. Get your weight up. Told him send an Addy and to stay up. She's out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like.